Today, we're going to do something I think is very brave.
Okay.
Something that I think is very courageous.
Courageous.
Something that I don't think any other NFL podcast is willing to do.
Word.
We're going to talk about NFL quarterbacks and only NFL quarterbacks today.
Surprise.
Cue the intro music. Like I said, today will be a quarterback-themed episode. You know, gotta get those QB title views in every now and then.
Of course.
And I think today's a good point to do that because we're halfway through the season. Like you saw by the title, we're going to be grading every single NFL QB's performance in this first half of the season. And I think there's a few young quarterbacks that are kind of like at a inflection point in their second year and their third year that's worth talking about. It's a good time to do this. And how I want to frame this is, before the season, we did a QB tier list where we try to kind of lay the land of the quality of every quarterback and how they compare to each other, essentially a ranking. I don't want to do that. I think we should view these grades as per circumstance, right? Mm-hmm. Where a team is in their timeline, where a quarterback is in their timeline, basically grading them based on expectations and the trajectory of their season.
Okay, and what we've seen so far through week 8.
Yeah, and where we think we're going. So heavy index on what we saw the last 2 weeks so we can kind of, react to what we're seeing as of late, where we project they'll continue to go through other season.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Let's start in the AFC East. Let's start with some Drake May glaze. I'm giving Drake May an A+. An A++ even.
A+.
I would like to break the scale.
Yeah, I was going like S2. Yeah.
We're not even doing tiers.
He's going tier list mode.
Yeah, we're not even doing
I don't
tiers.
even care.
He's making up new words.
The top of the top, I'm with you.
Yeah. Drake May has been top 10 quarterback feels like an understatement.
Wow.
This
How far
man
do
is,
you want to go?
I don't know, because it's too hard to rank a quarterback with this small of a sample size of this breakout season.
Nah, do it. Say it. Top 6.
He's an MVP caliber quarterback right now. He is truly one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now at really all levels. He's per EPA per dropback on long passes, the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. He is amazing under pressure, like we knew he would be last year when we saw the flashes. He's taken away a lot of the boneheaded plays, the needless sacks taken, the putting his body on the line when he's running. He's playing extremely smart, avoiding catastrophe in a much better way. Mm-hmm. He's, like I said, running, using his legs, been surgical at all 3 levels. I kind of feel like I'm watching him do a slightly better version of what Jaden Daniels did last year when we said he's a top 10 quarterback after his rookie year. I feel like Drake May is a little bit better.
And I truly hate it because now Patriots fans get to have just another franchise quarterback in the lineage. And honestly, it's been so frustrating seeing Patriots fans be like, we were in the trenches. We were down for so long. And now we're back up. Like, you guys just had a regular rebuild for like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
And then you just got your franchise quarterback here. So I don't really know, like, if I can give you that much sympathy. But yeah, everything that Drake May, like, we've been talking about, like, the 3 quarterbacks at the top of last year's draft in terms of Drake May, Daniels, and Caleb. And they're going to be, connected throughout their entire career, and especially over the next, like 2 to 3 years as they all, develop. And obviously, Jaden Daniels, like, his season has been up and down with injuries. Caleb, we've gotten flashes.
We'll get to him.
Yeah, you gotten flashes, but every year you're hoping that, like, second year leap, right? Maybe they fix everything. Maybe they put it all together. And for Drake May to do that in the second year, this is exactly what you asked for. So, like, just based on expectations, he's not only meeting them, because I think meeting them would be like, oh, like, Drake May is a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah.
The fact that we are talking about him right now and can actually go into the playoffs and feel good about, where we're at and know that, like, oh, we have a dude at quarterback, and going into next year saying, okay, this is legitimately like the 9th best quarterback, the 8th best quarterback when you factor in resume and all that type of stuff. That's perfect for what you want.
I came into the season, as you guys know, I haven't seen him play at all, but I came into the season on a complete blank slate. And with all the glazing that you guys are doing, you guys are making him seem like this insane nuclear hybrid quarterback who's tall, athletic, can run. He has great arm talent. Just needs to work on the things mentally, and seeing him go through these reps and seeing him, for me, like, the athleticism, like, I see it. I see the size. I see he's quicker than most quarterbacks and whatnot. But seeing how he's just able to just thread the ball through damn near a needle, and how, like, and how much the same touch and accuracy he has was the most shocking development to me. And also seeing, like, the brains develop as the season goes on. It's fucking crazy.
Someone said a long time ago, once Drake May develops his frontal lobe, the league is fucked. Because last year he just played like nitty at times as a young rookie. That was like to be expected. And then we got this quote from him after his last game, in which he threw an interception to Carson Schlesinger, in which Schlesinger was hovering around the line of scrimmage, jumped up, intercepted a ball that was going towards the middle of the field. Drake May said, "I'm looking downfield, and I forgot the guy in front of me could jump." He's too real. He's too tough. That's hilarious. And that's what it looked like, because he was reading the field, looking down, reading the safeties, saw the hole in the middle of the field, threw it, and the guy in front of him just jumped up and got it. I, too, would have looked past that. I totally understood him. That is a young player growing pain, and the awareness to just be like, shit, I ain't see him. It is what it is.
I know that motherfucker had calves, man. He can really jump.
Yeah, that's the guy playing with confidence. And you see that in the play. He looks so even-keeled, so in control, just very, very unflapped, unlike some of the other young quarterbacks you see around the league. It just looks like a guy that doesn't... He's just there. He's ready. He's just a star now.
Context and circumstance is so hilarious, because if Tua was like, yeah, I forgot the guy could jump, we'd be like,
yeah,
you, sir, need to be a third string. Right? You do not belong on an NFL field.
Exactly. Whenever you're someone who repeatedly makes mistakes and is just a bonehead like that, it's like, yeah, I'm sure you did forget, dumbass. How about you try to remember? But when it's somebody who responds to that and comes out and lights your team up and drops 30 on you right after that play, I'm like, okay, he understands it now.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things to see from a quarterback, and one of my favorite stats too, is their pressure to sack rate. And I love seeing quarterbacks be smart enough, avoid these edge rushes trying to take their head off. And that's another thing that Drake May is elite at as well, except for last game.
Well, last game played Myles Garrett, who had 5 sacks and is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. So that is what it is. He went up against Michael Jordan last game. It's okay. But yeah. You can't do enough hyperbole for how great Drake May is. I think the top 5 quarterbacks in the league will be solidified. We know who those guys are, right? The 3 MVPs, and then we have Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. Whatever flavor you enjoy more, rank them wherever you want of those 5. After that, we get into Matthew Stafford, who I think is kind of solidified. Most people with 6. Dak Prescott, who's returned to form. You can throw him at 7. Then you get into Drake May's in that combo, I think, for those guys in 6 and 7. Like, he's playing at that tier of those guys. But those are veterans who've done it for a long time. So maybe we give the edge to those if we were doing some kind of overarching rankings. But as of today, he's playing better than those guys and playing better than some of the guys in top 5. You know, Joe Burrow's not playing right now, but you know, he's playing better than some of those guys. You can decide which guy you're talking about, but he's playing at a top 5 level.
Considering the injuries, I mean, you could have a real argument that he's top 6, worst case top 7. I think
for just this season, these 8 games. Sure.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
Sure.
Just this season.
Yeah,
okay.
And people are putting him in MVP combos. He probably won't win it just because it usually goes to those top 3 guys. But if you tell me the season keeps going and the Patriots are a team that had a playoff buzz because their schedule was so easy, you guys believe in them. I was a skeptic. And now they've answered that and have been even better than anybody could have thought, mostly because of Drake May, as well as some good veteran signings that have worked out, like Harold Landry and all the other defensive line signings they did that have just made their defense better than you expected. It's mostly been Drake May, though, I think, adjusting the ceiling for this team. So if you tell me they end up the season 11 plus wins and Drake May is still playing at this level and he's in serious MVP talks, I won't be shocked.
Yeah, and I mean, right now he's third in MVP outs, and he's right behind Josh Allen. And,
that's crazy.
And there's a very real scenario where the Patriots win the AFC East, and then now it just comes down to Drake May versus Mahomes, and like obviously like in that situation, Mahomes is probably like he's the incumbent on basically like every season. But the fact that we're already here and that we can already look at him and say, yes, you are like a franchise changer, franchise leader. That's amazing.
And like we did our breakout players of the year episode before the season started, and we picked Drake May as our quarterback. I still didn't see this coming. Like even everybody that saw that coming, the sentence you just said that he is in serious MVP odds and will probably finish there, but lose to Mahomes because he's the greatest. That's crazy. Like that's so much further than I thought we'd see this year.
What a weak schedule can do for you. Beat up on the bums.
True. Yeah. Get the job
like
done.
that. But that's also like exactly what you want to see. Because if he wasn't, if they had this easy schedule and they were like 500 or a game under 500, we'd be like, you guys are selling. You guys are fumbling. Drake May isn't doing the things that we want him to do. So you always have to take advantage of like the opportunities in front of you. And so this is awesome.
I remember if there's one thing that I can take away from one of my offseason predictions, fake predictions. In our bold predictions episode, I said that the Patriots should go like 13-4, something crazy like that. I was being
12-5.
12-5. I was being so crazy with that. But it's looking to be potentially true.
I think it's probably going to happen.
This might be my biggest W that I've ever taken on the internet.
And your point was like the teams they're playing suck.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, I'm not sure they won't suck. But no, you're right. The teams they played suck, and they are more than competent. They are a good baseline team. Even though we didn't mention the fact they can't fucking run the ball. And it doesn't matter because Drake May has been carrying that hard. Like we didn't even fully get into the level we can get into diving into the stats and how much he's backpacking.
Yeah.
We'll keep it moving for the sake of brevity. But man, this guy's a legend.
Yeah.
Hey.
Josh Allen. What are we grading the second best quarterback in the league, third best quarterback in the league, wherever you want to rank him? What are we grading his season through 8 games?
I'll go like B.
Yeah, not his best year.
Yeah,
not his.
it's not.
Well, again, maybe it is one of his worst years of his primes because his prime is so crazy. But
Wow.
not playing. He's not the MVP, which is the standard he lays. Right. As of today, he's not the MVP. The team has had some ups and downs. They've been at their best when they're running the ball effectively, and Josh Allen is just dominating with a strong running game. A few games in the middle there, notably the Falcons game, they lost in prime time off of a few Josh Allen interceptions where the Falcons passing defense put them in a blender and brought out the bad Josh Allen decision-making games. We've seen some of those moments. Recently bounced back last week. The running game was reestablished. Overall, he's fine. He's playing good Josh Allen football.
Yeah, it's not like his best season, but also, like you said, it's because the offense has changed and like they've asked different things of him. So it's not going to be one of those years where Josh Allen throws for 40 touchdowns and has a very high touchdown to interception ratio. But also, there's just been points in the season where you mentioned the Falcons game, the Patriots game also on Sunday night, where there's also like just as much as like Drake May and the Patriots showing up and becoming a team, but that game was extremely sloppy and like nobody could hold on onto the ball. Everybody was turning the ball over, and so you just like you haven't seen him firing at all on all cylinders. And also like part of that is, hey, our receivers are not the top receivers that you normally want. And also I love this tweet that you just put up. I saw it earlier, saying that Josh Allen can't win games unless Jake has over 100 yards, which starting to look like it like
so that is true, but it's not
the pattern.
That's not a Josh Allen indictment. That's a wide receiver room indictment. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's currently doing the best he can. This wide receiver room isn't the strongest.
Yeah,
and that's been the case since last year. It's nothing new, but man, it's really hurting this year when the running game isn't going. These guys on the outside just have not been good enough separators on the field. Josh Allen's had to force it in these games. Josh Palmer hasn't been the answer. I guess
savior.
He hasn't been the savior to this room. I hope over the next 48 hours before the trade deadline, they make a deal and get somebody else in there to help them, because there's been so many moments where you just see that whatever they expected from Keon Coleman with that first round pick, having the big separator on the outside, they desperately need that role that they tried to fill with him.
That's so sad. I genuinely thought he was going to be one of the players to have a breakout year this year, based off of all the things that I've seen about him not off the field, but prior last season, and then on top of that too, seeing his frame and some of the college tape, the light work that I did during the offseason. I'm so wildly confused and disappointed, and I still feel like he isn't maximized to a certain degree.
Don't be confused. He can't get open. He's never been a good separator. He's just not a true X receiver like they need to use him because he's big. He should be a big slot, I think, because his best trait is contested catches and using his frame to block out defenders.
And he's not even that.
And Khalil Shakir is better at that. And they already have a bona fide slot receiver. They have Dalton Kincaid, who's better at that. Or I should say Dalton Kincaid needs to be used as that because he's a certain player as well. He's just not the true X receiver that they've decided to push him into that role. I don't think he ever was. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe they tried to, they said they saw traits that he can be developed into that. Hasn't gone so good so far.
Because he's like 6'6" and like he's a very physical guy until you're like X, right? Like, and that's just not that's not like the body type that like you look at and you're like, yeah, you're a slot receiver, buddy. Like,
I hate that because there's a lot of big slot receivers that can't separate on the outside. That would be great. That'd go demon time over the middle of the field, but that's not how coaches choose to use them.
Damn.
We're going to take a quick break from this video so I can tell you about Arena Club. If you were anything like me, you spent a lot of your childhood begging your mom to buy you Pokemon cards, baseball cards, football cards, and everything of the sort. I was obsessed with collecting as many as I possibly can, and Arena Club has been the newest way for me to scratch that childhood itch. And I specifically want to tell you about Arena Club's Slab Packs. Slab Packs allow you to buy packs with a wide range of value, starting at just $25 for any sport you want, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, even Pokemon cards. When you buy these digital packs, Slab Pack shows you every single card that's possible for you to pull in this pack, including the Grail cards, which are worth at least 20 times the cost of the pack. These cards already come PSA graded and authentically valued. As you see here, I opened up a football Ruby pack where I got a Rookie Aura Bo Nix. And as you see, when I got this card, they gave me the option to either accept the cash value offer that they'll give me right now, or I can store it in the vault to keep for later and make that decision at a later time, or I can have it shipped to me directly. I went ahead and sold him because I don't really want anything to do with Bo Nix. I think I'll try to pull a cooler quarterback, but if you're a Broncos fan, you could have kept it for yourself. Arena Club is the most trusted name in the game, and if you want to try it out right now, you can get 20% off your first pack or card purchase with promo code HouseCall. So once again, you can get 20% off your first slap pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/housecall and using code HouseCall. Appreciate you taking a second to hear about Arena Club. Let's get you back to the episode. Tua Tagovailoa.
Obviously F.
Even though he lit up the Falcons last week.
Congratulations. I don't care.
It's one of the best defenses in the league. What you mean?
I think that like yes, but like
One of the best passing defenses in the league. But they also were without Devon Diablo. They're a little banged up. They weren't entirely whole. But yeah, he played a great game. Lit him up all across the field. Was great football from them. Probably helps that the Falcons offense was completely new to Kirk Cousins playing and they couldn't do a single thing and had an outright disaster showing like they have several times this year. So that does help.
I don't know. Kirk Cousins or not, their offense is still dog shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But as far as Tua goes, it was a good game. We are going to pay respect to the recency bias as where players are trending into the second half of the season. That's kind of the point. So it is good that we've seen good Tua as of late. I can't go higher than a D-, even with that assessment. Tua has been an outright disaster this year. I think he is, if he's not the biggest problem with the offense, he is far from the answer. And when you pay a quarterback that much money, they need to be a difference maker and be able to be the answer in some regard. And I think he has answered exactly zero of the questions they have. I think he has done exactly what has been allowed with Mike McDaniel offense and with the running game, wherever it's gone that week. He's given them exactly as much value as is allowed by other people and hasn't done really anything to elevate.
And a lot of the problems with Tua, and again, one of them, and we've talked about it before, is his honesty. And the things that like he has told us are part of the reason, where he's telling Tyreek Hill and he's telling Jaden Waddle basically, hey, don't run that far because I can't get it to you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like his arm strength and his ability to make high level throws, that's not there. Yes, congratulations. Like I am genuinely happy that you had a good game because I don't want to see just terrible football every single week. The 2 weeks before this, he threw 3 interceptions in both of them.
Yeah.
And so you're always going to get multiple games a year where you're getting multiple interceptions. And for a guy that his superpower is playing on time, even early in terms of like playing with anticipation and being able to process the field and all of that, he makes way too many mistakes. Like if you're not gonna be a physical outlier at quarterback and you're gonna do the like I'm in the matrix, I'm smarter than everybody, and I'm able to process what's going on at a high level. He hasn't done that for a majority of the year,
except when he had one eye. He went batshit in this game, 20 for 26 from the field. Wrong verbiage. 4 touchdowns, 200 yards. Great game in this one. So salute to Tua. I hope he continues on this trend, but I'll need more sample size. It just doesn't feel, again, the point of this is to grade it based on expectations and where we're going and their importance to their team, or like what the team is getting from them relative to what they need from them, right? They need him to be a difference maker, and he hasn't been that. So like, even if he has these outlier games every now and then, there's so many down games where he just is the reason why they're down in games or really can't come back in games. If they get down in a game and have to shoot out, I have zero faith in the fourth quarter that he's going to be able to make the right decision and not put the ball in harm's way enough. And that's for a team that's needs every win they can get. Otherwise, there might be a mass exodus of coaches and talents. That's kind of the opposite of what you want.
Prior to this season, or in general, when you think of Tua before this year, where would you say he ranked as a quarterback? Is he like middling in the pack?
No,
or
probably like
a little below middle, I think, like
20s.
Yeah.
Like high 20s. And when we were talking about the Dolphins preseason, a lot of it was like, yes, we should give them some respect because their floor is obviously like we can go to the basement and they can get nasty, but that was also because we were baking in a Tua injury. He's been here.
Yeah. He's 11 turnovers.
He's been here, and they're 2-6, and he has 11 turnovers. Like that's a problem.
We mentioned Drake May before this. Drake May is 8th in the NFL amongst quarterbacks that have started a game in turnover-worthy play percentage. So the amount of percentage of plays they put the ball in harm's way on their dropbacks. It's 1.44% of the time. Where do you think Tua Tagovailoa ranks in this stat?
34th.
What the fuck? He is 34. Did you look that up before?
No.
He's 34.
That's hilarious.
What the hell?
I mean, it checks out.
4.55% of his plays are turnover-worthy plays.
Yeah, it makes
It's
sense.
been a disaster. And again, they can't run the ball. Their offensive line came into the year as a weakness. They drafted Jonah Savanea in the second round to be the biggest injection of talent, hopefully, and he's been outright awful. They haven't been good there, haven't been fully healthy there. They're relying on finesse and doing the typical screens are an extension of the run game, trying to stay ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, you're soft.
Yeah, it's not the best scenario for him. They lost Tyreek Hill. They lost Darren Waller now. So not to say he's in the perfect scenario, but I think we can say that he's been a big part of that and give him a nice little F.
Damn.
Justin Fields.
I thought you wanted to give him D.
Nah, I'm glad. Fuck it.
Okay.
Justin Fields. Again, coming off of a victory after reportedly being real close to being benched for Tyrod Taylor, but then Tyrod Taylor had a knee injury that kept him out. And he responded with his back against the wall and got the Jets their first victory of the season.
Woo!
Man, nasty game too. It was super fun. Not nasty in that way, but man, it was a dog fight. Me personally, I think I might give him D-, might be a F as well, though, if I'm being honest.
I don't think we got to spend too much time talking about Justin Fields. I think we can give an F and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Shout out getting the victory. Shout out not being winless. Shout out Breece Hall and all them going sicko mode against the Bengals defense, which is outright atrocious, especially with Trey Hendrickson injured. They did what they're supposed to do against a terrible team. I love to see it. I hope you build on that. But with your only saving grace being you lit up the Bengals after supposedly being real close to being benched, I think we still give it an F, and it is what it is.
He has 3 games this season where he has 50 or fewer passing yards.
That just doesn't sound real.
He had a game where he had 3 completions. Well, he got hurt in that one, but also still other 2 games that he played and started and finished. Not 9 completions, 6 completions.
Yeah. He leads the league in pressure percentage, and this is not because he has a bad offensive line. If you look at the top 5 guys, they all have a way worse offensive line. He just holds the ball for a million years. I don't even want to get into it. All the same weaknesses we've known for him to have for his entire career are still there. So salute to you playing good this week. I hope you continue that. I genuinely hope you continue that because it's been sad to see the way it's been going out in the media. But if any week can be the week you get bench for Tyrod Taylor, can't give you more than an F.
Yeah.
What division you want to do next?
Let's go NFC West.
Okay. Who is your first quarterback you want to talk about?
Sam Darnold.
A plus 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 plus.
A plus 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 plus.
Is this the biggest expectation, like blow out of the water, whatever the verbiage I'm looking for? No, you're right. Because Daniel Jones exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a big
Right.
a big one that we'll talk about, but it's second. We all had. I did not think that Sam Darnold was going to be able to operate in this offense with any type of success similar to what he had last year, because I did think that even though that you are going to a team with a really good defense and with Kubiak, I wasn't super sure about Clint Kubiak. I know you were extremely high, but I was more on all right, show me.
We still to see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And when you talk about that offensive line and you're still hoping for a leap from JSN, everything has come together offensively, at least in the passing game for Seattle, to where you can look at Sam Darnold and legitimately look at him and say, you are no longer just a KOC merchant. You are an actual good quarterback who is very, very good at and very aggressive. You have arm talent. You can make plays down the field. And Seattle now is in a position where they can go and get the NFC West, where it was always open, but now I legitimately think that the Seahawks are going to win that division. And a lot of that is because Sam Darnold and his connection with JSN and both the leaps that they've taken has put them on, Front Street.
He is, besides Drake May, the best deep ball thrower in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easily. It matches the eye test with the numbers. Second EPA per drop back on deep throws. 29 deep dropbacks this season. 1.24 EPA per dropback is ridiculous. He has the highest average air yards per attempt at 9.7. They are slinging that ball. Everything we thought about Clint Kubiak, what we saw from him last year with the Saints before their injuries took them over, so that 2-game sample size and which he looked like a genius, all of that has carried over. They're an amazing play action team. JSN has shown he can be the X receiver going down the field. Sam Darnold has amazing connection with him. The amount of chunk plays he generates and lays with perfect accuracy, this is a guy playing a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah. Dude, based off of our preseason expectations, none of us saw this shit coming at all. In fact, we were dramatically lower on him for all the things that were or context of the team that we're talking about. We talked about how I remember specifically we said how the Seattle Seahawks have not good offensive line talent. I think that still prevails to be
100%.
true. It's not good at all. And we talked about how in the past you guys saw Sam Darnold just constantly fold under pressure. And when he doesn't have an offensive genius behind him, what is he? He's known to be nothing. And now this season, he's just like rewriting all of that.
Yeah, it's 2 years in a row now where it's true. Now, granted, I think a big part of this is we've also learned that Clint Kubiak is an elite offensive mind, which we had a feeling, but we need to see it. Like, again, the sample size was tiny. So we learned that's true. But we also learned that, clearly, listen, maybe they're both elite offensive minds, but it's 2 situations in a row where Sam Darnold has walked into 2 distinctly different offenses and provided plus value. So every quarterback needs a good situation. So I'm no longer holding it against him. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that there was no chance he carries it over from the Vikings, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't come up here and say he sucks. He was completely KOC made. It was, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. When you have that big of a sample size of being mid for your whole career and you're this good with one really smart guy, I need to see it again to know it wasn't a 1-year blip. We've seen 1-year blips before. Mm-hmm. Now it's a 2-year blip, and I'm just going to treat him like he's a very good quarterback going forward.
And saying that you've been mid for a majority of your careers,
putting it nicely.
Yeah, that's generous.
Yeah, you couldn't start. So like mid is, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't say mid. You were bad. You were unstartable for most of your career.
Wow. But he's here now, and so if we did do a quarterback like ranking right now, he would be top 10, especially considering the fact that like Burrow and Lamar are out. If they were still there, he's probably like right on that line. And then depending on like, you know, either what you like as a quarterback, maybe you can put him in there. But he's, for this season right now, he is playing at a top 10 level.
Yeah, I put him like right by like Goff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is, you know, high praise.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Goff has to be so mad because he's like, man, I've worked for years and years. I've had to take teams to NFC Championship games, to Super Bowls. In 1 year, I get passed up.
People are catching up, man. It's just Daniel Jones catching up. Just Sam Darnold catching up. It's also because Jared Goff is like the poster boy for reformed quarterbacks. Yeah. So every reformed QB that gets good now, we're like, Jared Goff makes sense as a comp in my mind.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, another A+, I think. I think Matthew Stafford's been excellent.
Yeah, I think some of the throws that we've seen from Matthew Stafford have been like, wow. Like this is peak. This is when everybody talks about like, oh, Matthew Stafford, he's going into the Hall of Fame. He's so talented, this and that. Like,
people wanted to kick your ass when you said he wasn't a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I don't really care about that right now. but for those people who are trying to make that argument, they are very up right now because every single week Matthew Stafford is doing things and he's making throws that are proven like why he's one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. And the only reason why I was like super down on Matthew Stafford and on the Rams was because I thought that I thought his back was going to be cooked by this point in the season. And the fact that it's not, and the fact that he is still here, okay, cool. Like if you're healthy, then I can take you and I can take the Rams seriously, and I can really, really trust in what you're able to provide, which is obviously a fearless quarterback who is insanely smart, who knows all the reads, who can access certain throws that like 2 people in the league can do.
Yeah.
So A++.
I'll say A-. I think this isn't really his fault. It's probably more the offensive ecosystem and the lack of perfect line protection they've had this year. Under pressure, they haven't been great, and they obviously haven't been good in the red zone for a lot of the season. It's been going back and forth, so it's not like they've been a dreadful red zone offense, but there's been some inconsistency there, and especially early in the season, whenever Puka was getting all the targets in the world, they had some struggles connecting with Devontae Adams in the red zone when he was brought in to essentially be the answer to the red zone woes. It's gotten better in recent weeks as he's had time to nurture that connection with Devontae Adams. But overall, I think for the year, his numbers still aren't particularly good under pressure, which, again, the offensive line is the reason for that for the most part, not him. But it hasn't been perfect. So I think A- with the caveat that he's doing a lot of covering up of roster issues for this team. On both sides of the ball, their secondary is an issue, and there's been some games where defensively they are relying on Matthew Stafford to keep them in the game. Offensive line protection hasn't been perfect. He's keeping them in the game on that side. So huge carry job. I'll give it an A- just for some overall health of the offense stacks.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I would assumed he would have been an A+ considering just how much gaps and holes that he's covering up and how he doesn't have too much to work with considering how much time he has to throw the ball. But I will say, I've learned something about myself through watching Matthew Stafford. I don't like watching immobile quarterbacks like that, but he is the exception. He is the only exception currently right now. He's doesn't move that much, but he doesn't need to because of these certain windows that he's able to throw and how he's able to just give the right amount, again, touch on these footballs.
Okay. Kyler Murray. What do we do with that? I don't even know. Been injured for a couple weeks. Offense was not going well before. They lost Clayton Adams in the offseason. The run game was never the same. Then they lost both their starting running backs that were above average caliber talent. Now they're running out there with some guys that they literally picked up off the practice squad. So that's not going well. But before that injury, the last memory we have of him, Thursday Night Football, disaster. Everyone's talking about, should Kyler Murray be starting next year? I don't know. Is he the right quarterback for this team? Probably not. Really nasty taste left in our mouth.
The last 2 games, really, because it was that Thursday night game. And then they went and they fumbled like an all-time NFL history fumble to the Titans.
Oh yeah.
That next game. And I think anytime that you get hurt and the backup comes in and we're like, man, like, is this offense better with the backup?
Crazy.
Like, and it's not just like first take kind of, debate of like, we're just gonna make something out of nothing for the Cowboys because we need to talk about something for the first 15 minutes of the show. It's legitimately like, oh no, this offense does feel better and more functional without you. Anytime that is the case, it's an F. Like I think we're having conversations within this season about how the offense operates with Jacoby Brissett as opposed to Kyler Murray. And then now that we are questioning years down the line, even next year, of should you be the guy? Should you be the starter? When your job is on the line, something's not going right. It's not. This is not the way that you want the season to go. So I'm gonna go F for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I'll go like D just because he's not the worst quarterback in the NFL. So like I'm just thinking about we give like Tua an F. I'm like, I think Kyler's been better than that, but he's so inconsistent. And I guess the good argument for F is the entire MO of this team was invest in defense, invest there. We're gonna spend our top picks there, both of our first and second round pick, and make sure that we give our head coach is a defensive guy, all the talent in the world he can to do his job on that end. And offensively, we're going to rely on our quarterback and our wide receiver 1 we drafted last year, building on their connection and unlocking the passing game and kind of letting that be our natural progression. And that has gone exactly 0 progress. Gone nowhere fast with those two.
And that's why I think also, like, when we talked about Marvin Harrison Marvin Harrison Jr. in the offseason, we were saying like, yeah, like the Cardinals, they need to move him around, but from everything that Petsing is saying, it's not really going to look like that. And like they've adjusted, his route tree and his route diet a little bit. But ultimately, whenever you have a quarterback and a wide receiver combo, a lot of that stuff has to, like, that chemistry has to be there. And regardless of how they are using Marvin Harrison Jr., you can see on a down-to-down basis, they just have negative chemistry and they don't work well together. And so that puts a ceiling on the offense. And so the only reason why I can kind of agree with you in terms of maybe not giving him an F and giving him a D is because of expectation. Because the last 3 years, him as a starter, 3-5, 8-9, 2-3. This is really like about where he's at, where it's going to be slightly underperforming and slightly below average. And if we expected that coming into the year, unless you were like super all in on this Cardinals defense, I guess he's kind of meeting the expectations.
Yeah, the annoying part is his downsides and the inconsistencies and the misreads at the middle of the field and inability to read there off of play action. The times where he just can't see over the middle of the field because he's too small and he has to make plays outside the pocket and kind of breaks things down. The lack of chemistry with Marv, all this stuff that shines to you as being really bad, leaves a really gross taste in your mouth because it's really important stuff. But he does plenty of like good plays. He's not a complete disaster. So I think we probably underrate him and treat him like he's garbage because we expect him to be great. When really, like you said, he's middle of the pack. He always will be.
So just for my context, would you say he was grouped in with Tua over the last few years in terms of just below mid quarterbacks?
I guess. I don't know.
Below mid quarterbacks.
Yes.
Tua was a little higher before this year. So yes, but by nature of Tua feeling better before.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Tua's in terms of reputation, this has been the worst year of Tua in a long time. There was a point early in the cycle when they got Mike McDaniels where the offense is clicking and he was given a lot of credit as like being good enough with the receivers they have. And over the past 3 years, that offense is kind of just like degraded for many reasons. So yeah, at one point I think they were grouped in.
Okay.
And yeah, now to me Tua is a different level of annoying.
Okay.
Who's the last team in this division?
The 49ers. So we have like Brock Purdy and Mac Jones.
Incomplete. Brock Purdy's been hurt. I don't care to rank Mac Jones in grade this season.
Mac Jones grade.
Shout out Mac Jones, man. C+. Another guy who's
filled in well.
Yeah, another guy whose reputation was actually in the dump. And
was it? Nobody cares on Mac Jones. He was just a backup. That was just like a backup.
Well, he was a backup who really couldn't do anything except for feed BTJ.
I was like, he revived BTJ's rookie season.
Yeah. He set him up, but
I think we just grade Kyle Shanahan and his ability to have insert QBX, and I give Kyle Shanahan an A+ for keeping the offense afloat with no run blocking, no ability to utilize
receivers,
no ability to utilize your running back in the run game, no healthy receivers to speak of, no George Kittle, who was important to both your run and pass game, no starting quarterback, and you still unlock the offense to keep him afloat using Christian McCaffrey as a receiver, doing all your genius block and angle stuff, getting the most value out of Mac Jones possible because you know he's a good scheme fit. Kyle Shanahan, you get an A+ for being the quarterback of your team.
That's fucking hilarious.
AFC West. Man. We've talked about it all year. We were Geno Smith believers before this season. We were the nerds you see on Twitter that talk about Geno Smith is underrated, that he's playing as a top 12 quarterback. Some years he's playing as a top 10 quarterback potentially. He was that guy that was always doing more than meets the eye because the Seattle protection plan was always so bad, put him under pressure so much, asked him to carry such a load throwing down the field, throwing under pressure, being an audacious thrower that carries his offense by being willing to make the hard throws. And all that was true. So coming to the season, we said the biggest jump in quarterback play across the league will probably be the Raiders going from Gardner Minshew and whatever the other guy's name was, I'm forgetting, Aiden O'Connell, into Geno Smith. People that were saying the Raiders might make a playoff jump, they might be sneaky out west, was because the idea that they have a new competent coach and a more than competent quarterback that could be one of the more underrated players across the league with the weapons they have in Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, etc., Ashton Genty. All of this was supposed to be sneaky good. It's been sneaky, outrageously terrible. It's F-.
It's not even sneaky. It's loudly, outrageously terrible.
True, it's loud as shit. Utter disaster. And because of what I mentioned, but the expectation was he changes their broke-ass lives, he's made their lives 10 times broker. F-.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Like
the haters, they would have thought, and they were right.
But like, were we better with Antonio Pierce and Gardner Minshew? Like, you know, like that's the bad part. He had one game this year where he has over 100 passing yards and no interceptions. Every other game that he has thrown for at least 100 yards, he's throwing a pick. And the interceptions that we've talked about it before, they have been a different level. They've been entry level mistakes to quarterbacking. And so for a guy that we think that has elevated himself to to upper mid, that just shouldn't be the thing. And so the Raiders, once again, are gonna the Raiders are gonna be the Raiders. And we thought that they were gonna have this renaissance, and they were gonna be a little bit better. Tom Brady's there, and Pete Carroll's there, and you have Geno.
Tom Brady's there,
right? Maybe we can be competent. And now it just looks like it's going to be same old Raiders, and they're going to have to blow it up and inconsistency.
Listen,
and all
man,
this stuff.
it was a good 3-year run. Geno Smith had a career resurgence that he was never supposed to have. He was supposed to be done. And
he beat the odds.
He beat the odds tremendously. It was a good run. I appreciate the time he had. I'll always remember fondly watching him be one of the most underrated gunslingers on the field. Watching him be what Sam Darnold is now. He did that 3 years ago and held his title as the most underrated QB for 3 years. But that being said, I'm the old yeller, man. And it's done. It's over.
When we look at Geno Smith, don't think of him at his worst. Think of Geno Smith as a trailblazer.
Fuck that. I'm looking at his worst. I feel robbed, man.
No.
All of my years of a NFL fan, which is precisely maybe 2.5 years, he's been terrible.
My 2 months.
No, but think of Geno Smith as a trailblazer, as somebody who set the table for this new wave of journeyman quarterbacks.
He was the first one.
That's what I'm saying. Who can show the league, yes, I can be bad for a decade, but I can still come in and you can change me and I can help you. And now
you're cooking.
And now we have 4 to 5 quarterbacks. It happens once or twice every single year. This is the plan. You want everybody to be Geno Smith and to elevate into top 13, top 12 conversations. That is what we want.
He's a poster boy for I can fix him. And several quarterbacks have since been fixed in the same mold, but just know he was the original.
He's going down in Black history, man.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know about that, man. That turnover throw ratio was kind of nasty. I'm good on that.
Patrick Mahomes, A+. Do we even have to talk about it?
I'll just go A.
Okay, sure. A, yeah. The A, because the first couple weeks were rough. Wasn't his fault at all, but now he's got his weapons back, playing great. Yeah. Last night, though, he did throw some picks. There was a tip pass. It wasn't his fault. I have to defend the ability to not put tip passes on quarterbacks as a Chargers fan, so I won't hold that against him. But coming off a game with a couple interceptions, we'll give him an A, not A+.
Yeah, like this is my first real year of watching Patrick Mahomes at his peak powers or whatever, and seeing the rushing ability be what it is, seeing how much more comfortable he's throwing. making these explosive plays with Rashee Rice and all that. Great year, or at least great last few 2 or 3 weeks, especially.
And honestly, like, and this is the problem with Mahomes. And honestly, I will switch it back to an A+, because
Wow, really?
yes, because I was very upset all offseason with the way that people were talking about Mahomes and talking about him as he fell off. When it's like the Chiefs and the way that their offense has been, and the fact that they've either been in the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl every single year for the last like 6 to 7 years. They are there because of Patrick Mahomes, and their offense is still able to be efficient and just good enough because he is making everything work, and he is on a different standard of everybody else. And so I'm not gonna fault Patrick Mahomes for not having his weapons early on. I'm not gonna fault him for Travis Kelce running over Xavier Worthy and taking out your wide receiver one in the first 3 plays of the week 1. Like that's not on him. And Mahomes has done everything that he needed to do. He was leading the team in rushing. Like he's done absolutely everything that they need him to do to continue to be successful. He's at an A+.
Yeah, the fact that when they were at their most nightmare scenario early in the season, where we talked about how down bad it was because they were having a losing record and it was abysmal, everything we didn't want to see from this offense in a year in which we thought they would recover. When that was happening, they were still top 10 in EPA across the board, still a more than average offense because he kept them afloat. I think it was Nick Wright I heard say this, that the best way you can describe Patrick Mahomes is he is the exact right quarterback for whatever you need given your roster. And this is the year where that was 1,000,000% true.
Yeah. Dude, that's so crazy to say, considering at least earlier in the year, Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt were like working actively against him.
Yeah, and the running game's gotten better, so he no longer has to carry it to that level. But man, he did it, and he won a couple of games in that scenario.
Yeah.
Bo Nix, what do we do with the guy who, for the first 4 weeks or so, was outright terrible after a rookie year that he was encouraging in many ways in the second half of the season, comes out as terrible, but over the last 5 quarters of football has turned it around. And in those 5 quarters, he had a once-in-a-decade comeback against the New York Giants in which he scored 33 points in a quarter in a type of comeback that will never be replicated because it was so ridiculous and so many things went well. But he played solid coming back from that deficit. And then a game against the Cowboys in which he played an offense that has a defense that has 0 above average players that can stop you from doing what you want. And they ran all over them, threw all over them.
And that's why I actually do feel bad. No, most of the time whenever I hear, I'm like, it is what it is. I actually do kind of feel bad about this because it does feel unfair. I do not care at all about the last 5 quarters because actually about the last 4 quarters. The game against Dallas, I could not care less.
Yeah.
They have shown that anybody can play them and anybody can get your game off. And so if you have success against the Cowboys, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah,
And so I guess you have to give him a little bit of credit, but for a majority of the season, we've been looking at Bo Nix and we've been extremely disappointed. And so shout out to him and shout out to the Broncos for getting things done and for stacking up, wins. Like they won 5 games in a row. And so that does mean something. But a lot of that, especially these like the 4 games prior to the 3 games prior to the last 2, like they have not been outstanding showings for the entire game. And even the Eagles game, he was bad for like 3 quarters.
Yeah, it's so hard because he doesn't really deserve that much credit for this game, but he wasn't a detriment. And we've seen so many games where he is a detriment. And I don't know how to talk about this because Broncos fans are insane about him, where they want everybody to glaze the shit out of him, no matter what, when it's like a team accomplishment that you beat the hell out of this team. RJ Harvey had 2 touchdowns. He was going crazy. Like, it truly was a beatdown from all levels. The line was great. The receivers were good. The running backs were great. The Cowboys allowed every single person on that team to eat. So I'm not going to say it was something I shouldn't pay attention to, like shout out him for being a part of that. But I'm also not going to elevate it to like, oh, this is a B season. He's figured it out. So I guess I'll go like D+. We'll say they're on a good trajectory right now.
Wow, D+. A lot of people will hear that and they'll feel like you're being oddly disrespectful.
No,
I
won't.
get it.
No, they won't.
We'll see though next.
Those people are Broncos fans. Sorry.
And we'll see next week. Like the Broncos, they go on the road. They play the Texans. If Bo Nix has truly turned the corner and you think that he is now in this space and playing like the quarterback you thought he could be in the regular season, show me. That is going to be the test. And for the way that I'm looking at Bo Nix, I don't even think that the Broncos need to win that specific game. I just think that like you need to see a complete showing. Whatever Bo Nix is, I would like to see that for 4 quarters.
Exactly. And like Broncos fans will be like, do anything but give him credit. I think we can give him credit when it's deserved. And if this was a good defense that he lit up like this, we'd be giving him immense credit. And he did make some good throws. There was one touchdown up the left sideline to Pat Bryant that was probably his best throw of the season. Threw a go ball with velocity layered to the exact right spot. That was a great throw. He's had good moments. The issue has never been, will he make great throws every now and then? He has the ability to make good throws. His arm isn't that bad. The issue is the areas of the field that he and the offense are willing or able to attack. Mm-hmm. And it's always been limited with Bo Nix. And this season, for the entirety of the schedule before this game, that has been the same thing, right? They don't throw the ball deep in the middle of the field. They do too many rollouts, limiting the sides of the ball that he will have to read, just making him read one sideline. They throw a million screens because Sean Payton doesn't trust him to be a true drop back quarterback, facilitating the entire offense across the entire field. They've had to run a limited offense, or maybe they don't have to. Maybe you can say it's Sean Payton's fault, but they have had to run. They've run a limited offense because of him. And again, if we see that change against a good team, I'll be more than happy to say he's trending towards a B season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got kind of scammed going into the year. A lot of Broncos fans were in my DMs, and I'm not gonna lie, they were like kind of getting to me. And then after seeing, if you look at his bare bone stats throughout, I guess his entire career, you see them and you're like, wow, like this feels really good. But of course, football is a sport where it's way beyond like the simple stats. They don't tell nearly, not even like a quarter of the story. And actually watching how there's certain passes and certain moments where he just seems quite frantic and unable to, like for whatever reason, be poised enough. I realized that earlier, or when I did research, the Broncos have the best offensive line, or one of the best offensive lines that the league has to offer, while also again having like probably the best defensive line in the entire NFL. And I feel like through all these games so far in these 8 weeks, I'll be watching someone who has like runaway top 12, top 11 quarterback rankings in Bo Nix, and it just doesn't feel like that just yet. And I feel like he's more so like top like 20, 21, around that range.
Yeah, maybe by the end of the season we'll feel that way. But it's been rough because there's been games in which he's top 32, and there's been really, really down lows like that that were just horrendous. But again, trending in the right direction now. We'll like not readdress this, but we'll give an update next week after this next game to see how we're feeling.
I think that is the greatest test against the Titans or the Texans.
Yeah, because this is the inflection point for the Broncos season to see. I shouldn't say that because they're a good team. They're not at risk of falling out of the playoffs or anything. But for monitoring the health of their offense, which is a real question mark, because what matters is how much they can fare in the playoffs. This next week will be a good test for where their offense is at.
Yeah.
But yeah, D+ for now. But we can say C- if you want to be gracious to Broncos fans, but I think D+ is fine.
I'll give him a C-.
I'll go C-.
All right, C-. There you go. We'll capitulate to Broncos fans and just do recency bias to the last game. Justin Herbert.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's A. I don't know what to say. A+. I don't know. It's just been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's chill.
Yeah.
Every game he has Joe Alt. He's sicko mode and can't be stopped. It's chill.
Calm.
Yeah.
True.
If he doesn't have the 35th best offensive line in the NFL, he's just unstoppable.
True.
Seeing how he's running the ball, scrambling in the pocket, how he's able to make certain throws at like very specific angles, it's tough. I don't know.
He's just like a top 10 thrower of all time. It's cool.
I don't know about that. But
no, he's just the best thrower at all levels I've ever seen. It's fine. It's no big deal. He's just
we keep pushing.
He's just like Aaron Rodgers with John Elway's arm strength. It's fine. It's chill.
What the fuck?
Is that a downgrade?
No, John Elway is the biggest arm of all time.
Wait.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
Also, yeah, you're right. Maybe whatever. I pull that a mass, but no. I mean, Justin Herbert has been A+. Nothing much to say. He's an MVP candidate, quality of player. We'll see how the team holds up. There's weeks in the middle where it got really, really gross because the offensive line hit a point of injuries that was beyond recognition of an NFL team. They were running out a arena football offensive line, and as long as he has at least Joe Alt healthy and his weak sides protected, he's shown the ability to make plays with his legs, make plays with his arms, extend plays, get the ball out quick, do literally everything you could possibly want. He finally has a good weapon room with Oronde Gadsden breaking out. Lab McConkey's gotten it going. Thurman Keenan's always there. It's been a spectacular season.
So we were going back and forth, especially early on in the year whenever QJ was like really, really popping off. And like, okay, like maybe this is like his second best like weapons room, is 20 his second year might have been better. This is the best.
Yeah, Oronde Gadsden is legit, man.
Yeah,
I talked about him in the summer just because I was like, listen, man, if this Orlando Gatson guy breaks out, just wait, it's gonna get spooky. He's real athletic. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect multiple 100-yard games by week 8. He's filthy.
Yeah, he's different.
He's filthy. His run after catch ability with how big and athletic he is filthy.
Shout out to the Chargers. And shout out to Herbert. I agree with you. It's
top 5 quarterback for sure.
It's very, very
Easily.
self-explanatory.
I can say that confidently so far in this list. And Pat Mahomes, obviously.
Yeah. It was never a debate, but whatever. Next division. Let's do the AFC South. What do you want to give to CJ Stroud?
So interesting.
They've gotten it going as of late.
Yeah.
Their offense is getting better. They're pushing the ball up the field. And it feels like CJ Stroud has at least somewhat of an environment for him to be able to get his game off and be able to carry the offense and like do the things that the team was built around, right? They knew they weren't going to have a great offensive line. They're going to rely on CJ Stroud to get the ball out quick and push the ball down the field and be the floor raiser for the offense. I think as of late, they've had a better ability to do that. Still not like amazing, but they've strung together some good offensive games, which really is a testament to how low the standard was to start the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like good offensive games.
Relatively.
Yeah, because the two offenses that they've actually like gotten stuff off against.
Defenses.
Yeah, the two defenses. Is the Baltimore defense that was bad and completely injury riddled.
Yes.
And then this past week where you're playing the 49ers, same thing. Like and we were raving about the Niners defense and how great Robert Saleh is, but also like at a certain point things are probably just going to break.
Yeah, they lost Fred Warner.
Exactly.
After losing Nick Bosa, they're down horrendous.
Yeah, and you were able to do that against Michael Penix. That probably speaks more to Michael Penix and the Falcons. But if you're the Texans and you're CJ Stroud, I need to see it against a defense that has starters on it, and then I can feel a little bit better about you turning things around. And that's not necessarily the case when we've seen them play against competent defenses. It has not worked out well. And so I think I still want to go like maybe D, maybe like D plus.
D plus.
Okay, actually no.
D plus sounds rough.
If we gave Bo Nix a C minus, I'll go C for CJ Stroud. Because they like again, I have to give you credit. You did go out and you did beat the teams that you're supposed to beat.
Mm-hmm.
However,
this sounds like the same conversation we're having against Bo Nix, and you want to go ahead and like go
that's what
solidify.
I'm saying.
grade.
It's probably C.
Yeah, I think he's fine. He's probably the hardest quarterback to evaluate in the league right now. When in terms of what we think he can be, what we've seen him be young into his career as a rookie, when he was lighting the league up, playing like a top 10 quarterback, we'd all anointed him as a top 10 quarterback after his rookie year, and just how incapable he's been of reaching that level. Probably in part because of him, to some degree, but mostly because of the deterioration of the team around him. Mm-hmm. I still feel like I don't know. Like I really, people are rushing to be like, oh, he's just not that guy, yada yada, or people are rushing to say it's completely not his fault. I have no ability to decipher where that line is.
It's very much an incomplete.
Yeah,
like if anything, because that Seahawks game was tough to watch, and the fact that the defense still was able to create opportunity after opportunity for that offense, and they just couldn't get anything going. It is very, very rough. So I'm not sure how to parse it, because they also don't have a great like obviously the line is not great. You were relying on Woody Marks to be this
breakout star.
Yeah, to be this breakout star. And before that, it's like, Nick Chubb, can you save us?
Bro, Woody Marks was drafted to be a third down receiving back at the backfield, and they're running him between the tackles because they have no other hope. Yeah. It's such a weird team with a weird construction. They have Nico Collins, who's hurt, and then like 42 slot receivers, including Jaden Higgins, who is kind of like Keon Coleman, where he should be a 6'5" slot receiver. That's I think the best role for him. So that doesn't make sense. They trade away Laramie Tunsil and try to piece together this offensive line. That damn sure doesn't make sense. It just feels like the entire evaluation of the roster before the season was done incorrectly, and none of the pieces worked out well. All the swing factors went against them, and now we're at the point where it's hard to judge anybody unless they're playing a completely neutered defense.
Final grade C TBD.
I'll go C minus. I want to trend towards the negative.
Damn. All right, C minus.
Who's next?
We'll go Cam Ward. Another.
Oh my God.
Another kind of incomplete, but like Cam Ward. The best thing for him in terms of development was probably that Callahan got fired. the best thing for Cam Ward and his PR was probably that Callahan didn't get fired. So that you had a very front-facing scapegoat to be like, it's his fault. He's ruining the quarterback. He's been fired and the Titans still suck, and they still have not been able to look like a real NFL team. The offense is the last 3 games, 10 points, 13 points, 14 points. He's thrown a pick in outside of the first 2 games, he's thrown a pick every single week. Damn. And like he's obviously like a very aggressive player. He has exceptional arm strength and arm talent, but we're not seeing I'm not seeing as much flashes as I would like to.
Among 38 qualifying quarterbacks in adjusted completion percentage when kept clean, so not under pressure in a clean pocket, he is 38th. Dead last. Now the receiver room is downright horrible. The bet on Calvin Ridley be the wide receiver 1 has not gone well at all. Obviously the play calling hasn't been good. Brian Callahan got fired. They promoted Mike McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a famous moment in this last game in which he didn't go for it on a 4th down, and that pissed Cam Ward off. And they said after the game that was a mistake. So the coaching has been a weakness in decision making in game, in play calling, in schematics, everything. So with that caveat, he has not played well his part either. After a couple of first weeks where it was like, oh, flashy big throws, we're seeing what we want to see in Cam Ward's first starts, he hasn't really made any progress. He's inaccurate. He's not reading the field particularly well. Still has a lot to learn about how to layer balls up the middle of the field with touch, like we talked about in the beginning of the year. He's a rookie quarterback in the best situation, so naturally he's bad.
F.
F?
Yeah,
is that how you feel as well?
I mean, I guess if we're grading like the whole performance of the quarterback and circumstance for what you want to see from a rookie in terms of like progress and what we want, it's an F, which that's counting things outside of his control as well. His performance and his part of that, C-, D+. But again, it's not his fault, so it's not an F that's any type of.
It's not a meaningful.
It's
F.
not an evaluation of who he'll be in the future. It's not that type of F. But I don't know. There's no reason for us to do anything outside of we want it to be the case.
He's just playing. He's just playing bad.
Yeah, and he was probably never going to play good, but it's what it is.
Now he has been better compared to his first 5 games. Over the last 2 improvement. So maybe F is too harsh. Maybe he does deserve accounting for all what you said. D, maybe C-.
You're right. We'll save Fs for the guys that we feel like if we were giving grades, that we feel like it's their fault and they're a big problem and they maybe shouldn't be there. So we won't do that. So we'll go D.
Okay.
All right.
Daniel Jones.
A+.
A++, dude. What?
Which is the most shocking thing. This is the biggest leap in terms of expectation to how you are playing and jump in reputation. Daniel Jones was a guy that we did not believe could be an NFL quarterback last year.
And you know what? Several teams didn't believe he would be an NFL quarterback. 2 teams had him in the door. Actually, no, the Vikings wanted to keep him, but he didn't want to leave. But the Giants did not believe that he could be an NFL quarterback.
And now Daniel Jones is awesome. He's amazing. He is the quarterback of the best team in the AFC.
One of the best offenses of the modern NFL.
Yeah.
And they're just rolling and you can't, even if you don't believe that that this is Daniel Jones long term, who cares? He's hooping right now. And I don't that is such a fact in terms of how he is hooping. And it's different than what we've seen from other quarterbacks or other situations where, oh yeah, the culture's 6-2, but they're 5-1 in 1-score games, and they're coming back from 10 points down every single game and doing things in unsustainable ways. You have a great offensive mind and great play caller in Steichen. Jonathan Taylor is playing the best running back in the league, and things are on easy mode. That was something that even Daniel Jones last year would not have been able to succeed in. So he has leveled up himself to now take advantage of the good situation that he's in, and that is what you get. Now you get the 6-2 record.
Literally everything is perfect, and Shane Steichen has a quarterback who understands what he's been trying to preach, at least over the last 2 years with Anthony Richardson. He has the best running back in the NFL. He has the best linemen in the NFL, whether it be the pass blocking and the run blocking, both elite top tier. I don't know genuinely who's better than them.
Well, it's not that high up there, but it's been better than expected given losing some starters. But there has been some, there has been some flaws with the pass blocking, and he's been able to get the ball out quick in spite of that and dealing with that. They have been amazing in the run, but the pass blocking hasn't been among the best.
And he's been really good at avoiding sacks, which was like one of the
Mhm.
big talking points over like the entirety of his career, which he talked about, I guess, 2-3 weeks ago. So
The
A+.
fourth lowest turnover worthy play percentage. He's protecting the ball, not taking big losses, staying ahead of the sticks. None of those things were used to describe Daniel Jones for the entirety of his career before the season. You're right. He is averse to bad plays. That is unbelievably shocking. We knew before this year, we've seen good Daniel Jones with that 1 year with the Giants. We knew he was mobile and could use his legs, and we knew he could throw the ball short and get the ball out quick and facilitate an offense so he could use his legs to elevate the ceiling, right? We knew that combination of short accuracy and legs were there, but everything else around it was terrible and tore down the foundation of his skill set. The fact that we're not only at the point where those things aren't an issue, but they've been definitive strengths, this is one of the craziest single season player developments I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And a big part of it is Shane Steichen and him utilizing the short accuracy and getting the most of him, and the weapons being really good right after the catch, getting open in the short area and maximizing that. But I think it's also on him just mentally developing.
A lot of times, and like a very clear way that you can see quarterbacks develop is like when you are blitzed, when you are under pressure.
Mhm.
Can you handle that? Or if I send 5, if I send 6, are you instantly going to crumble and fall apart? And now I can just throw everything off rhythm. He's been as good, if not better, under pressure this year than whenever he's kept clean. And his passer rating has gone up. He has no interceptions whenever he's under pressure. Last year, the years prior,
Yeah.
he would have fumbled, he would have thrown picks, he would have done all of this. Quarterbacks who are good under pressure are normally the elite of the elite. And if you're not turning the ball over under pressure, you can give your offense a floor. And the fact that you have, again, all of these other things working in your favor, and you are not contributing to any of the problems whenever things go wrong and whenever things go off schedule, you are playing like one of the best quarterbacks in
Fourth in the league in adjusted completion percentage under pressure. That is crazy for Daniel Jones. Like, shout out the believers who told us we were crazy for doubting him and saying we didn't believe in him whatsoever. You guys win this round. You guys win, buddy. We came up here and said, I do not see any world in this works because we've seen Daniel Jones play for the Giants, and he was one of the worst starters in the league when it went poorly. And people were like, what do you mean? He was never one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Do you even watch football?
Yes, he was.
He was. But shout out you. You win. You chose to be on Daniel Jones Island, and you are now rich because of it.
Shout out to Delusion.
So it works out sometimes, and it's one of the best development stories in the league. I saw someone say, see this Jared Goff? Like, is this just that level of reclamation project? Maybe. I mean, Jared Goff paired with great offensive coordinators and was able to make deep runs. I won't be shocked if they're in a conference championship game, and he's more than capable of getting them there and not being an issue in the same way Jared Goff is. Now, obviously, has a high bar because we've seen Jared Goff do it for a long time, and when you do it for so many years, it kind of builds into your head as being more of a like definitive thing that like is naturally more trustworthy, and maybe we kind of vault the Jared Goff ceiling a little higher because it's been so consistent. So we're not going to get there yet. We're not going to rank him above Goff yet. But if you tell me that's where this is going, and we're going to just think about Daniel Jones as a valuable starter that's just below the elite guys for the next 3 or 4 years, I believe you.
Okay.
I fully believe you, which is crazy, which is insane to say about Daniel Jones. Like, it feels fucking goofy still to be saying this, but it's 100% true.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get tricked.
I'm okay with it. It's so cool.
But it's not like.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what to point to say we'll get tricked. Like, I don't know what's pokeable in this scheme, especially with Jonathan Taylor being this good and giving him such a high floor with being the best running back in the league by far right now.
Yeah.
Unless you face a team that could completely shut that down, and we get into Daniel Jones has to push the ball down the field and like really, really dice up this defense. Yeah, there's a world in which they lose in the playoffs because of that, but I still don't think it'll be like super ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, trick may be the wrong word. I'm just looking at it as like a Cinderella run, and so you're wondering like, okay, is there going to be that game like Sam Darnold had in the last 2 weeks of last season where, okay, we get to the highest pressure moment, and then you turn into the Daniel Jones that we've seen for the past 4 to 5 years? Maybe, but that honestly is very clearly just like, all right, I'm gonna just hate.
And maybe Spags in the playoffs can dial up some advanced schemes like he always does and stop the run and make Daniel Jones beat you down the field. Maybe, but it's also hard to imagine because their talent is just so crazy right now.
Everywhere else.
Yeah, the run blocking is so perfect. Jonathan Taylor is such a needle mover. The weapons, if they're healthy, are such needle movers. Even if they develop that plan, they get the ball in Tyler Warren's hands and it's a 20 yards after the catch gain. Like, there's so many things to take advantage of if somebody tries to stop the run like that. That I view them as a contender.
I think they definitely are. I have no reason to say they're not when it comes to them being defensively solid, not ass, not like amazing, but just thumbs up, and their offense being just like clearly the best and one of the best that I've personally seen so far.
Yeah.
On all ends.
Jacksonville Jaguars, what are we going to grade Trevor Lawrence for his up and down season that has his wide receiver one that we thought was going to be a top 10 receiver for a long time, superstar player, not be that, not be able to go over the middle of the field and show that he probably needs to be a high-end wide receiver too, operating on the boundary, being a vertical receiver, strictly on the boundary. Can't rely on him to go over the middle of the field, which Liam Cohen needs from his wide receiver one in this scheme. So there's been issues there in which his weapons either haven't been ready because they're playing two sides of the ball and learning both at the same time, or have had the yips running a fucking dig over the middle of the field. But we've also seen Trevor Lawrence have some accuracy issues, have some problems that lead to his receivers dropping so many balls. It hasn't been perfect from him, but it hasn't been all his fault.
And that is why we are going to give him the Trevor Lawrence special of mid plus. You're getting a C plus.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah. Perpetually, you are a C plus quarterback. I think for many games, he's played around the level of the 15th best quarterback in the league. For many games, it's been around the 22nd. So we kind of do the average there.
Mhm.
Nice 17th best quarterback in the league this year.
Yeah, he feels like the truest C that we're probably gonna like ever come across right now on this list. He's perfectly ranked like the 16th, 17th best quarterback in the NFL.
He really is mid non-derogatory.
Yeah. And like, it's funny because we can't even get that deep into why. Like, you've watched Trevor Lawrence play. You get it. You understand.
You've seen his movies.
Jazz fans, you know better than us. I think you're probably harsher on him than us because that's your $60 million man. That's a C graded season so far.
Yeah.
Next division.
AFC North.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers. I think given expectations of this guy might be completely cooked. This guy is the oldest quarterback in the league. It is coming off of a complete disaster with the Jets, in which he was handed the keys to the offense in many ways. And those keys drove that car straight into a brick wall, going 150 miles an hour, and everybody died. Everybody's living right now in Pittsburgh. Nobody's dead in Pittsburgh yet. I think we've gotten the best quarterback play we've gotten since Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. Low bar, but it has been the best. I think we've gotten enough accuracy, good ball placement, staying ahead of the sticks to allow them to win games if they have good defensive performances. And we've gotten him buying into a scheme that is not Aaron Rodgers football. He didn't do what he did in the Jets, where he said, we're going to spread everything out and make these decisions, yada, yada, in which we saw that he's just not capable of that anymore. They're playing Arthur Smith football, 3 tight ends, running the ball. He's running play action, finding these creases with these tight ends when these teams have to run these heavy coverages. He's playing into the scheme and not being a diva. He also can't do anything under pressure, can't run at all, can't elevate. He can pretty much get exactly what's there every single time because he's a genius, but the body's the body. Are we thinking B minus?
Yeah, I was thinking B.
Okay.
I think that we knew that his body was cooked last year, 2 years ago. As soon as Aaron Rodgers goes down with the Achilles, you look at somebody who was 38, 39, you say, okay, like you're not going to be the same quarterback that you always were. And last year he wasn't great under pressure. It's nothing different now. Like he just doesn't want to get hit. That's fine.
He can't move. Like he can't help it.
Exactly. But you have moments like he had in the Unk Bowl where that arm strength is still very much on display.
He threw that ball for 70 yards on that specific play you're talking about.
The Hail Mary was crazy. His ability to still hit throws over the middle and layer it perfectly and find the only spot that his receiver can be in, that's great. His ability to still be the smartest player on the field and know where everything needs to go, that's fine. And the fact that also him and DK Metcalf have really good chemistry helps a lot. Where in New York, him and Garrett Wilson did not have great chemistry. And once Devontae Adams came in, you saw like their friendship carry and happen, and Devontae Adams had some big games, but it wasn't leading to really good football. You're getting the best of what you can get from Aaron Rodgers at this point. I'm giving it a B.
Yeah, the ball placement has been truly spectacular still. And I think he's facilitated the best DK Metcalf we've seen in so long. And maybe in part that's because DK Metcalf is the only receiver worth a damn in that room. And they run these 3 tight end sets where it's just DK Metcalf out there. So he's getting all the opportunity in the world. But they have such a good connection and utilize DK Metcalf's size so much better than DK Metcalf ever could with Seattle. So shout out him for reviving DK. I think they did a great job together.
Yeah, I think, it's very real. And we will go B on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah.
It's looking like we're about to hit the Steelers slump,
Yeah.
where we're gonna lose like 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
And so
If
we will see. But as of right now, through 7 games, they still have a winning record. He is still playing well, so we will give him credit.
If we get to 3rd and long, you're fucked. if you're ahead of the sticks the whole game, you're gonna have a good Aaron Rodgers performance. If you get sacked on 2nd down, you're looking at 3rd and 17. Say goodbye to that ball. Punt it.
Being a Steelers fan must be like so painful. You go ahead and you pray, hope, on your knees every night, begging for a fucking quarterback who can lead a sustainable, at least like average offense.
Mm-hmm.
You get exactly that. And the second you do that, your most expensive defense in the league isn't performing up to par at all. And your identity is just like kind of flipped.
Yeah, tough. It's tough right now. We'll get into that defense next week when we have a big episode coming up. We'll get into that and everything else. But annoying team for sure.
Yikes.
Do we even care to grade the Bengals and Ravens situation?
No, I think they.
I'm giving the
Get
Bengals
nullified.
and F, and I'm giving the Ravens. Honestly,
We can grade Lamar. Lamar's played enough games, maybe.
no,
Not really. I don't know.
everybody else in this division, F.
Mhm.
Like
F's around the board.
the Browns quarterback situation is the worst in the league.
Oh, Dylan Gabriel gets a fat F.
Yeah, that's awful. The Lamar is
Quick question.
injured. Joe Burrow's injured.
Real question. I struggle to find out what Dylan Gabriel is good at. Please tell me.
All right, when
now-
you find out, you'll be the first to know. You'll be the first to know.
Like I genuinely don't know.
The idea is that he reads the field well, executes a scheme, and gets the ball out quickly. That he's a low mistake quarterback that in Kevin Stefanski's offense, where they want to run this play action, get the ball to the flats, get the ball in the hands of difference makers, and protect the ball and not put it in harm's way, not take sacks like Shedeur Sanders might. That's the idea, is that he can be what Tua was at his best, right?
Okay, what's the rule?
The real thing is he's small, unathletic, doesn't have a big arm, isn't reading the field well, is throwing the ball short every time because he can't push anything down the field, is putting the ball in harm's way a little bit, is not high in lack of turnover-worthy plays. He's bad at everything right now. He's truly, truly bad. Granted, first few games of his career, bad circumstance. It's not over for him. You never know. Right now, it's not looking good. He gets a clear F.
The best thing going for him right now is that he's not Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
Actually, I'll take that back. Never mind. He's 7th in lack of turnover-worthy plays. Pull the chart from earlier. So he is protecting the ball a little bit.
Mhm.
As you'd expect when you only throw the ball 2 yards in front of you. The depth of target, I'm sure, is on Bo Nix's level of throwing it behind the line of scrimmage every time.
It might be lower.
Yeah, honestly, I'll check. I'm sure it's lower, actually.
Yeah, it might be lower. But yeah,
Average
the-
8
the-
air yards per attempt. Let's see.
the Browns are cooked. The Ravens. it is interesting though. They are right now still the favorites to win the AFC North though.
I'm not surprised what happened.
Average air yards per attempt. Tua is 4th last at 6.3. Aaron Rodgers right below him at 6.2. And Kyler Murray there at 6 as the bottom 3 of people that started all year. Dylan Gabriel is 5.8 average air yards per attempt. Worse by a mile. I made the joke about Bo Nix. He's obviously been Mr. Screen Man. He's 16th at 7.8. So we're almost 3 yards lower for Dylan Gabriel.
We got 3 standard deviations away from Bo Nix. This is terrible.
The checkdowns he takes are just hilarious. They refuse to do anything else.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not his fault. F.
Okay.
Jake Browning, Joe Flacco, whatever. Flacco's had a couple of good games. A+ for Joe Flacco, reviving the ability to get the ball in Jamar Chase's
Something about
hands.
Flacco.
Yeah. Something about
About
Flacco I miss. he's peppering targets at Jamar Chase. Good for him. And Lamar, I don't know. It was a few games. He played like not Lamar best football, but good. Fucking B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. The second half, whenever he does come back, I mean, their schedules.
He has to.
They have the what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have the 5th easiest schedule. Whenever over the last 10 games.
Yeah, and he'll probably be great. He'll probably come back and be fine. But not much to say about Lamar Jackson. Let's go to the NFC South because we have just received news as we are talking right now. There has been a new changing of the guard in New Orleans. Spencer Rattler has been benched despite being everybody's favorite podcaster's favorite quarterback that has been sneaky good. He has been benched for Tyler Shuck. They're giving the 2nd round pick his time. Apparently, he has done a lot of good work behind the scenes, earning his role. And Spencer Rattler has had some turnover-worthy plays that have frustrated the coaching staff as of late, despite, like I said, having some sneaky arm talent, where a lot of people were talking about maybe they give Spencer Rattler another year. I thought I was going to come up here and give Spencer Rattler like a B- or a C+ for his grade. But now he's benched, so I got to give him an F because he will no longer be starting. You can't, if you get benched, you can't be given anything other than F for your grade. Into the Tyler Shuck era we go.
I'm distraught.
This is not fair.
You're distraught? You care that much?
I'm distraught.
You're distraught?
This is not fair, man.
Ah.
I understand
this
the
is not
optics.
fair.
Is it white privilege? Is it
Yeah.
feeling that way?
You know me so well.
Not even that for real, man. Not even that for
I
real,
just,
man.
it's interesting, and like it probably was always going to go this way, just because the Saints suck and like they're losing games, and so at a certain point, if you draft a quarterback in the first 3 rounds, you're gonna want to see what he looks like. However, the fact that he had an opportunity, the fact that Tyler Shook wasn't the quarterback to start the season was very damning in my opinion, that they spent that amount of capital and they didn't want to start him week 1. We'll see. But yeah, like you're right. Spencer Rattler he's done good things. And I think that he has definitely proven that, one, he is an NFL quarterback, and whether he's like an actual starter that can develop over years to get to like a mid-ceiling, or he can just be a perennial backup, which is probably what he's going to be. Yeah. He did some good things. So I like for Spencer Rattler, I was on the same time, I was going to give him like a B-.
Yeah. I think if let's see what they got with Tyler Shough for half a year, right? Hopefully he can be the starter and they can make good on that draft pick. I'm assuming that won't happen. I'm assuming they will draft another quarterback next year. I'll be very happy to have Spencer Rattler be my backup for the next 5 years. I think they should extend him and keep him as their backup for whoever they get in the next draft.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. Shout out Spencer Rattler again. Had some flashes. Pushed the ball down the field a little bit. Had some big time throws.
If you were grinding on this all 22 tape, you would love Spencer Rattler.
He looked so good, genuinely. Not so good to where I'm saying he's a star, a top 10 or 15 quarterback, but he looked super serviceable. He looked like he wasn't tanking the offense at all and just making smart reads.
Yeah, he's the ultimate grade on the curve, though. Like, damn. He was real good for expectation of doing absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Michael Penix Jr.
I'm giving like a D.
I was going to say D as well.
Yeah.
I think the inconsistencies, the inaccuracies, the inability to actually take advantage. You know how many other young quarterbacks would do so well in a situation where your defense has genuinely taken a step forward, and you have Bijan Robinson in the backfield, and you can run for 150 yards every single week, and you have Drake London. Whenever quarterbacks start to develop, you get to a certain point, and then front offices are like, okay, we got to see what he is. Let's get to the no excuses season. Let's go out and let's get him a wide receiver 1. That was baked in.
Yep.
And you had an entire training camp with him as well. And the fact that we have not been able to see week to week consistency with you finding him or with your supposed superpower and throwing the deep ball, that has not been an actual strength. If what you are brought in here to do and the idea of you is not working out, then I'm going to look around and I'm going to say, what are you here for? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm pressing the panic meter a little bit. I think I'm pressing that red button on Michael Penix. I try not to ever give up on quarterbacks in the first 2 years, especially in this new climate we're in, where all these shitty guys who don't look good at all for the rookie contract come out and look great. I'm building in more optimism and long view with quarterback evaluation, so I'm not trying to panic about anybody. Low-key panicked on Michael Penix Jr. I kind of feel like I'm not looking at a starter long-term.
Wow. I think for me personally, when I watched their last game against the Dolphins and I see them like give the Dolphins their first blowout win of the year, insane sentence to say, probably the last time I'll be able to say this and say that sentence throughout the entirety of the regular season. I feel like after watching that game and seeing how Kirk Cousins performed, again, Kirk Cousins not like a world beater or anything like that, but seeing how he's making the exact same reads and the same type of plays, quote unquote, down the field, I think that tells me that I should probably give more grace to someone like Michael Penix. Now, you are right. Like, there are scary things when it comes to the inaccuracies and just like the super basic plays that someone like him anybody should be able to, any NFL starting level quarterback should be able to make. He has struggled, but I feel like when it comes to talking about his superpowers and what he was made out to be back in his IU and Washington days, I feel like that's been nullified. And again, he feels like someone who I should grade on a curve. And with that being said, still a D.
Here's the thing, that Kirk Cousins thing, where Kirk Cousins looks so bad that, maybe Michael Penix was doing more than we thought because they're so bad with Kirk.
No.
That's what we like to call correlation, not causation. Just because Kirk Cousins is dog shit right now and washed does not mean Michael Penix was surprisingly good in like holding the thing together. I don't think that's the case. Kirk Cousins is apparently just beyond cooked, and that's why nobody wanted to trade for him. And yeah.
Also, surprise, a 36, 37-year-old quarterback also coming off of an Achilles tear is not great.
In a pistol offense. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think that you mentioned the deep ball is supposed to be the strength of his game. He is 34th in deep target efficiency right now. 34th in EPA per dropback on deep balls. And maybe that has to do with the wide receiver room. Maybe it has to do with the wide receiver coach early in the year that got fired. Maybe it has to do with the OC and the drawing up of the schemes. Maybe. Eye test, when you watch the game, he has not done a single deep throw where I'm like, whoa, that is the mythical deep ball ability I saw at Washington. None of that has translated to me. So if that doesn't translate, he throws literally nothing over the deep middle of the field areas. I haven't seen him throw a deep post all goddamn year, a skinny post from the slot or anything like that. The intermediate and short area accuracy and anticipation on these outbreaking routes is not consistent whatsoever. He doesn't scramble. He's not an athlete. He doesn't improvise. He doesn't make some crazy reads before the play starts, diagnosing at the line and being that smart quarterback
And
that can make up for it.
And that's so key. That's so key. Because if you're not going to do the other, like the technical, like quarterbacky stuff, go be a guy. Go be an athlete.
Yeah.
Right? Make some plays. Make something out of nothing. And he's not doing
Jackson Dart plays quarterback like he's never played football before, and he makes plays nonstop because he's an athlete and makes stuff happen with his legs and eventually just makes time and creates big throws. He doesn't do any of the stuff I'm talking about either, but Jackson Dart makes plays because he's just a guy. Michael Penix doesn't do any of that. And I just struggle to identify what the strength will be if and when he becomes a high-end starter.
D.
Yeah, I think he deserves a D.
Yeah, and the only reason we're going D is because he's young. We're holding out. And because he hasn't been throwing picks left and right. But in terms of what you want to see from a second-year quarterback, giving you faith that he's your long-term franchise quarterback, I'm close to F in terms of my long-term outlook, and just in like my own personal faith. The season isn't an F. I'm not grading at that. But in terms of the stock I'm holding, I'm damn near liquidated.
Okay.
Yeah, I think unless he starts throwing picks left and right until like next year, maybe towards middle of next year, I'd be like ready to firmly grade him. But as of now, I just
We'll give him a little more time because again, it is just year 2 and really year 1. Played 3 games last year, so yeah. Maybe I should be less harsh. It is essentially year 1 for him. So okay, Bryce Young.
I'm going D.
Now you want to mention the same thing with Michael Penix when he leaves his offense, the shit gets scary real fast, and maybe it does have more to do with Andy Dalton, who's just really fucking old at this point. But man, it got spooky when he left the game and they had to start Andy Dalton against the Bills. I'm almost more inclined to believe that says good things about Bryce than I am with Penix, just because Bryce's style of play and how when he's not making these boneheaded moves, throwing these crazy picks because there's a rusher in his face and he's trying to sprint out and make a guy miss and he's too small and slow, so he throws it away and somebody intercepts it. When that's not happening, he has done a good job in terms of play-by-play consistency and accurately delivering the ball.
Yeah.
So I am more inclined to believe that that's important when the backup comes in and looks like shit.
Yes. However, and you've mentioned this before, those plays where he is making those boneheaded turnovers, they are government mandated, right? Like taxpayers need that, and so I think like the fact that is kind of baked into his game, and you always are gonna have those turnovers. That does mean a lot. But for Bryce, like we've made the joke over and over again. Like once that happens, he does lock in, and he does turn into a quarterback that can make a lot of plays, that can dissect a defense. I just don't think that it's consistent enough, given the fact that you can have 2 drives of like really, really good things and the offense could be moving and be on schedule, and then boom, now you're behind the 8 ball, not only on like, hey, this drive is going to go nowhere, but the entire game script is going to flip because his picks, they might not just be a regular interception. They might be back-breaking pick sixes.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to parse out.
And I think EPA per dropback is obviously a stat that's trying to, reference it a lot. It's trying to quantify the added value you give every single play. And I think the value of that stat compared to, say, success rate, which is more so to gauge your consistency, and which you ranks a little bit better, EPA per dropback is like a cumulative total of how much value you're bringing every per play basis. It's like true shooting percentage almost. And this is the perfect quarterback to look at that with, because he has so many good plays, but so many backbreaking plays that take away more value than the good plays bring.
Mm-hmm.
He's 27th in EPA per dropback on the season. And the whole season he has been, again, 70% of the games, good, consistent, not being the reason you lose, helping the offense stay afloat. But those 30% way heavier than anything else because they end possessions, and that's the most detrimental thing you can do. Netting out at 27 makes total sense to my eye test.
That sounds like 27 out of 32. Yeah, that sounds like...
I mean, granted, that's just one stat. That's not the whole evaluation. I don't have a whole lot to give me more hope than that. Like, it's kind of the Penix thing where I recognize the youth, I recognize the needing time, but I'm just, as the years go on, as the games go on, as those drives go on, I'm struggling to hold out as much hope that this is going to be an above average starter one day.
Yeah.
And if your hope is dwindling and your franchise quarterback is this young, That's the biggest thing to me in these grades for these young quarterbacks is how much hope you still have going forward.
Damn, man. D sounds so harsh.
Yeah, maybe I'll go C minus, but like that.
No, I think
D
D's
plus.
fair. I think D's fair.
He has played a lot of good football. So like I don't want to. I guess that's why we're not going F. I guess.
Mhm.
So D minus or D plus feels fair, but you're right. It is harsh, but I'm feeling harsh.
I think I personally might go C minus, considering like all the clutch plays that he's
So
been
I'm
able
bringing
to
the
make.
belt out today.
No, I just like the
But-
pain he feels that he makes
Yeah.
me feel watching him rooting for him. That shit is harsh.
Yeah, I know the bad plays are. I understand for you how the bad plays do end up netting out more and weighing more than the insane spectacular comebacks and the tight throws that he's able to make and all the things that make what a smaller quarterback him should be, which is the super smart witty plays. I get that. But
That's
man,
exactly. He's supposed to be really smart to make up for the deficiencies, and some of the mistakes he makes are just plain stupid.
Is it stupid enough to get him D though?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
just gauging. We're gauging
Okay.
game sample size. It's not. No, we're not putting the nail in the coffin.
All right.
Is that the whole division here?
Nope.
We got the Buccaneers.
We got
Buccaneers,
Baker
Baker
Mayfield.
Mayfield. You get an A. You were
Yeah.
in MVP convos for the first 6 weeks or so. Last 2 weeks has petered off a little bit. I think he's looked a little bit more like Baker Mayfield of old, which is to say a very good quarterback with some flaws rather than the best quarterback in the goddamn league like he was for 4 weeks, making big play after big play, carrying injured receiver after injured receiver. I think in these next 2 weeks we've seen 11th to 12th best quarterback in the league, Baker Mayfield, which is not necessarily an insult. It's just what he was last year, a very good quarterback. But for a lot of this year, that's been top 5 quarterback in the league, Baker Mayfield. So I'll still give him an A plus.
And I'm gonna stay with A plus, and I'm gonna give, especially for the last 2 weeks, not your fault. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give him that.
Of course
because,
not. Yeah.
because the offensive line has
Yeah.
has had so many injuries, and
Yep.
they were falling apart from day one and from week one. You have Mike Evans, who's out for the year. Emeka has been hurt. Like
True.
Chris Godwin's coming back from that major injury.
Very true.
You're throwing to both Johnsons. Like, it is very, very tough to be on your 5th and 6th string receivers and then expect people to really, really level up. And the fact that the Bucs are still in this position. Also, Bucky Irving has been hurt. Everybody on that offense
True.
has been going down, and Baker Mayfield has carried them through it all. And so, like last week's game against the Lions, you kind of figured that, like, when you go up against another team that is legitimately good at the top of the league, you're probably gonna stumble. This past week, you beat the Saints by 20 points. It is what it is.
I think against the Lions, I did see, of course, like I believe that was the game where Mike Evans did
Got
break
hurt.
his collarbone.
Yeah.
I think it showed me that, okay, he is like a top class quarterback. He is, I don't know how to quantify him, but he's very much in like MVP conversations, bare minimum. But it did look like to me that he was just simply outclassed against that defense and against all those DBs out there. I will say, yeah, that game he was very like, I don't want to say, I'm not going to say he's like A minus or anything like that. I'm still going to give him an A plus or whatever, because throughout the entire season, he still feels like one of the best quarterbacks. But that game, genuinely, it's under my microscope for me. And I did see some warts in his game.
Yeah, I think he's being viewed as an MVP candidate by nature of, as he always is, getting shit done
Yeah.
and getting it done to the highest degree when nobody else is around you. You have no talent floor and you're still producing. And that's very big play dependent. He's had crazy, huge, gigantic, ginormous. I'm trying to remember any more big words. Gargantuan
Yeah.
bomb touchdowns in the middle of the field to different receivers, right? Very big play dependent, which is naturally leading
And I
to
guess
some,
that was missing, which is why I'm kind of harsh
yeah,
on him right now.
it leads to some inconsistency when you're relying on 80-yard touchdowns to Emeka Ibuka or 60-yard bombs with the slot to Tez Johnson. That's not going to be super reliable. Now, the fact that it was reliable for 6 weeks is just crazy.
Mm.
And maybe that's some luck, some figuring shit out. Who knows? That's why you're an MVP candidate. So the fact of it, a couple weeks when the defensive coordinator did a good job taking that away and made him beat them with reads over the intermediate areas of the field with backup receivers and didn't go super well, I don't think it's super shocking. That's just them playing to the level they probably should be playing at with all the injuries.
Exactly. But I'm still going A plus on the year.
I'm disappointed I couldn't think of more adjectives to describe something being large.
Yeah, you gotta be better.
I know.
Read that dictionary.
I
The
know.
source.
Brain got fried. Okay. NFC East.
Dak Prescott A plus.
Are we gonna? I'll go down to A minus just because we're gonna do some recency bias. He got absolutely neutered by the Broncos. The
That was
Broncos
fun.
Who doesn't?
That was fun.
the Broncos gave belts, and now they are the Broncos.
Yeah.
So the great defense, but man, they gave belts. And listen, we've been bigging up the Cowboys' offense as being one of the best in the league, able of going toe to toe with anybody. They should be able to hold their own against the Broncos' defense, even with how spectacular they are. They got belts.
They did get back. Also, George Pickens is hilarious, man. He had a play in this game where he went over the middle, caught a dig, and started celebrating, doing all this stuff. And I was like, bro, you're down 20 right now. like he was hyped up. He's funny. But yeah, Dak is playing some of the best football that he's ever played. And we were kind of concerned, like, hey, what happens when George Pickens doesn't get the ball? And Dak Prescott's like, Dak was probably listening to all of this and like, do you think I'm not gonna throw him the ball? Like,
he will get the ball always. How about that?
Yeah, so he's neutered all of that conversation. And even whenever CD went out for a couple weeks, he just turned over to George Pickens, like, all right, you're CD now. And the offense did not miss a beat. So the decision making, the aggressiveness, the downfield throws that Dak Prescott has made throughout this entire year, it's been great. So he got an A.
Yeah,
I think Dak Prescott might be the most underrated quarterback of all time.
Of all time.
Well, I say all time. I really just mean like modern history when
over the
discourse
last 10
existed. Like
years easily. Yes.
25 years, call since 2000. I think he might be the most underrated quarterback
Of the century.
Yeah, something I've been sitting on. Hey yo,
yeah.
Sitting on.
No, but I think he's so underrated just because, like, as a Cowboy, obviously the attention goes to the playoff stuff and can you win a Super Bowl in that uniform, yada yada. And I don't think people realize, like, as he's become a veteran quarterback, he truly is one of the smartest quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yes,
and which sounds like funny because people remember him as making big doofus plays in playoff games, throwing picks and whatnot. But the way he diagnoses plays at the line and has a big burden on his shoulders to read a defense and make sure the ball goes to the right place, like, it looks like how those quarterbacks of old look. We talk a lot about how these days the quarterbacks have like less on their shoulders thought process wise. He plays like a 2005 quarterback. Everything that Joe Burrow does and we big him up for, all the at the line diagnosing of offenses and making audibles and winning before the ball is snapped, Dak Prescott does a lot of that too. He is truly a high level player, also with the arm strength, the ability to make high level throws in hole shots against zone coverage. I think he's been largely underrated.
For sure. Look, I think all of the, again, going back to
Rage bait for
I
him.
disagree. I mean, but it's okay.
I think it's fair to say, if not within the last 25 years, because that's like that's a broad sample size. Bare minimum list, at least the last like 10 years, he feels like that based off of all the playoff foes and all the conversations that's been had about him and the insane shortcomings. So I agree with you.
Unless you want to say Justin Herbert's most underrated quarterback in the league, then I'll give you that.
That's even worse.
Jaden Daniels, B.
He's an interesting guy to rank right now. Or grade.
You said B?
B.
He's also kind of on that like incomplete tier for me.
Yeah, he's missed a lot of time, been banged up. I think it's not an A because last year we saw him be post week 4, or whenever it was when they got it going. Accuracy wise, he was damn near perfect, man. He played crazy high level football. The way he was able to be accurate at all levels of the field, immediately have maybe the best understanding in the league of replacing blitzes and being able to throw against those zone coverages against the blitz and throw the ball exactly where the blitzing defender is vacating. He's one of the best, if not the best in the league at that. And that skill is still there. The deep ball accuracy is still there. He's done some beautiful touchdowns up the middle of the sidelines and stuff. I mean, up the end of the sidelines. The down-to-down consistency on short passes has been a little weird. There's been a lot of misses that he wouldn't have missed last year that aren't like, oh no, the league figured him out, ring the alarm bells. But it's just not quite as polished as it was last year.
Yeah, I think every game, I still feel like we haven't had a complete game this year of Jaden Daniels like dominance, right?
Killed the Chargers.
But that wasn't even necessarily like because of Jaden
the
Daniels,
run game was crazy.
Right? They were able, like you said, they were able to run all over him. They got the punt return callback that really helped change the momentum. Like, so if that's the best game that you can point to, I don't really feel great. Like week 1 wasn't awesome against the Giants. Like they won by 15, but it was still like, hey, we're just gonna come in here. The Giants are not good. We're starting Russell Wilson. We have all that. You get destroyed by the Packers. The Chicago game, there's multiple turnovers. I'm looking at Jaden Daniels looking for a just again consistency in an entire game, and I haven't necessarily seen that. So I wasn't gonna go with B. I was thinking either like C minus or like
C feels
C minus is
harsh.
crazy.
If he threw like the ball in harm's way constantly, which he doesn't do, then I would be all right.
This is also based on for a lot of guys, for expectation,
Yeah.
people were talking about Jaden Daniels like he was a top 5, top 8 quarterback coming into this year. And so the fact that we, like, I was going to say incomplete, but we have 5 games and he hasn't looked extremely polished or solid in any of the 5. So that's why I'm leaning more towards C than B.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he hasn't produced like the 6th or 7th best quarterback he did last year. That's fair. I don't think C is insane. But, contextually, we know he's been injured. We know the offense is dealing with tons of injuries. We know Terry McLaurin's been hurt the whole year. We know they've had offensive line issues. The running backs dropped dead by week 2. Other receivers are going in and out, and himself going in and out. So that's obviously going to hurt the consistency. I feel like I'm still watching a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
It hasn't been as explosive and the numbers aren't as gaudy for everything we just mentioned. But I don't feel like he's making me regret saying he's top 10.
I understand what you mean by his overall like trajectory, where we like envision him being firmly like a top 7 quarterback in the NFL. Definitely doesn't feel like that just yet, or it hasn't consistently for all the things that you said earlier. But I feel like if he was doing that more so through the lens of his own like misreads, which he's had slight hiccups in error. But I think simply because he hasn't put the ball in harm's way. Of course, he's done the normal things, taken bad hits and whatnot. But I feel like that nets him out to being like a solid like B- a worst case scenario.
Yeah, the health of the offense isn't great right now. I don't think on a down-to-down basis he's been bad.
Yeah.
And I know some people are going there because the numbers aren't there because of everything we're talking about with inconsistency. I still feel like he's a top 10 quarterback. Just some other guys have been so insane they've been playing better. But I don't. Do you feel worse about him right now?
A little bit. I think the accuracy stuff is also something where it's like last year he was super, super accurate and it hasn't been to the
so now he's above average and not
to
perfect.
the same level. I think like we probably could have been a little bit better. Like if I'm looking at, again, like one stat, very simple, but like completion percentage over expectation. The only people below him: Bo Nix, Russell Wilson, Cam Ward, Michael Penix Jr., Dylan Gabriel, Jackson Dart, Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams.
Sounds
all
like the
of
worst
these guys
offenses in the league.
Yeah, all of these guys who are perpetually viewed as some of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league. And so obviously I'm not going to put that on him and say like that's who he is as a player. But over this season, we haven't gotten the same level of accuracy that vaulted him into being this top guy. So I am looking at him for this year, and it's not a great year. It hasn't been a good year. So
I agree.
That's what
I'm
saying,
just applying context of like things that aren't his fault and like putting that in there. So giving it like a B- or whatever. But I'm okay with C, just the overall health of the expectations and what's going on. So it's not crazy. C- feels a bit much. Granted, difference in C and C-, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I think baseline average C grade. Okay, that's fair.
To his expectation, what he has as an individual, I can understand C. But comparing him to all the other quarterbacks in the league and what he's been able to do in 5 weeks, I'm firmly like B-.
Jalen Hurts.
B+.
B+, hell no.
B-.
He's
Hell no.
I think for
B-.
Hell no.
dude, for me, the expectations that people,
Hell no.
how people were talking about him to me and what I've seen over the last like, I don't know, 3 weeks, I'm like, all right, they cared a lot.
Yeah, last week they finally put together 4 quarters of great football. And
Yeah.
finally, like if this is what they've been doing all year, it would have been B+, A. Like he
Yeah.
played great. There's just too many, like the first 5 weeks happened, that were so goddamn disastrous for everybody in the offense. Not putting on Jalen Hurts' shoulders at all, but he was obviously a part of that too. Didn't play great, but they're figuring it out now. We're finally seeing good passing offense at all levels in a consistent form, not doing gimmicks, not doing stupid shit where we're just relying on one route in an offensive tree where we're just hoping that gets open. If not, Jalen go fucking figure it out. Not just saying, and even like the week before when they finally got it going, AJ Brown was just like bigger and stronger than you. We ran past you. We're not doing that. There was actual layered throws and good schemes drawn up last week. They're running more heavy formations and it's working. Jalen Hurts is adapting after not really doing much under center for his whole career. I think B- is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Minnesota game was one of the best games of his career.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing performance and it was outstanding. And I think especially over the last 2 years, like maybe that mini bye was, I joked about like him and about Patullo and Sirianni and them going into like a cave and like, oh, I think we figured stuff out. Like, okay, fine. Like let's actually see it. But the very clear adjustment is like, okay, we're just gonna go under center now.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. Like we can finally have a somewhat like modern offense and something that is actually based on scheme instead of a football version of ooh kill 'em football.
It was
Like,
so bad. Like
so I'm very happy about that. And now that you see the offense and the overall just like scheme come up to a place where it's baseline like competent and baseline like, okay, we're doing stuff, because Petulo has also gotten a little bit better over the last like 2 to 3 weeks. Now Jalen Hurts is like doing all the things that everyone's like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So it looks good.
Yeah, recovering from a bad start. It's kind of like the Bo Nix thing where we're like, okay, you got the momentum going, build on that. But this is different because, well, one, we just know he has a higher ceiling than we've seen before. And two, they made clear adjustments to why they got here, not just playing the Cowboys. So the reason to believe is real, so we can go a good grade overall for the season.
Yeah.
Just because when they were bad, it wasn't entirely his fault. He didn't like help at all, but it wasn't his fault. And now that they're giving him a scheme that makes sense, he's doing his part, made great throws the past 2 weeks. B-.
Okay.
And in one of those games, lit up a Brian Flores defense. Killed him.
True, yeah. Actual good defense.
Killed a Brian Flores defense.
Damn, granted, they're a little depleted right now, but still, good defense overall. They're not the Cowboys for damn sure.
Exactly.
They're certainly not the Cowboys. Okay. Jackson Dart.
He's good to expectation. He looks like a starting quarterback.
Hey, they got their quarterback. I don't know if he's developed to being like a top 10 guy or anything like that. I'm not really expecting that. But they got their starting quarterback and the pick hit. And that I think the expectation is prove the pick hit, prove this guy can play, and that it was a smart thing to do to pick him and a smart thing to do to put him in the lineup. They're winning games now they weren't before. And I know it's obviously not pretty. I know the down actual quarterbacking of the offense isn't like great. He holds the ball too long, isn't making good reads, yada yada. Like he looks like a rookie quarterback that's raw and played at Ole Miss in that RPO bullshit offense. All that's true. His floor is high though, because he can just make plays. The way he can move his legs and find avenues down the field to throw the ball and keep his eyes open at all times, he's good, I think.
I don't know about winning plays, but I think they're like winning games, but I think they are definitely super competitive with him now.
He has wins and Russell Wilson did not.
You know what? You are right by that verbiage.
Simple facts.
You are right by that verbiage, but I love how he's able to go ahead and give his offense, which is in dire need of like all support and talent, considering Scatterbo just went out. Of course, what happened with Malik Neighbors was detrimental. He tore his like ACL and all that stuff. His ability to just do a decent job at the simple stuff when it comes to checkdowns and whatnot, whatever. But his confidence, and I guess the word is moxie or swag or whatever, to just make big plays, similar, not a 1-to-1 comparison, but doing some of the big things that I guess it's not a 1-to-1 comparison. I'm not going to say that, but his ability to give the offense a second life of breath and extend plays out drastic, and it's like a genuine game changer.
I guess the kids call it swag. Yeah. I guess the kids call it aura.
I thought you were making fun of him for saying moxie.
No,
well but it was I guess we can call it moxie or swag.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Fucking 50. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's not good right now. Really. If we were ranking him as like a year 4 quarterback or whatever, where this is who he is, he's not like good. But he gets it done, and he's a rookie and is so unbelievably raw that I want to give it A just based off expectations and trajectory.
Just giving it an A because you're letting that swag get to you.
No, like they're in a good spot.
Influence.
And if he wasn't what he's doing, if he wasn't succeeding the way he's succeeding right now, they'd be in a goddamn horrible spot. Could you imagine if they lost Malik Neighbors, lost Cam Scatterbo, and their quarterback was a bust, playing terribly? If he was playing like Dylan Gabriel, just like throwing the ball 2 yards, doing a whole lot of nothing?
That is very true. He is not Dylan Gabriel. Things could be so much worse. Yeah. Considering if you're comparing him to Dylan Gabriel, he deserves more.
And I'm not even like sure long term he'll be for sure that much better, because he is still so unpolished in so many ways. But this is a guy that's like so raw that I'm not grading this on a way I would grade like Caleb when we'll get to that, who's like in year 2 with a good scheme and all this stuff, right? It's really like, do we see the signs, and are you building the skeleton of something working here? And I feel like we're seeing that.
I guess. I'm gonna go.
I think C. If you give him A, that means like you've seen like an amazing rookie year.
That's not what it means. I just told you exactly why that's not what it means.
We're not. I'm not going A. I'm not going A for Jackson Dart.
Okay, B. Whatever. It's good trajectory they're on.
You're giving him an A based off of like the storm that the New York Giants were.
Off of pure swag.
He's the bright spot. And he is the shelter. He is like, they have a home now.
Yes, and this is really...
That's not bad. Like, that's what you need to see from your first round pick quarterback has played a few games. Like,
I understand, but also understand like you can't be fooled by this. A swaggy white boy in New York is one of the most dangerous men on the planet. He has access to anything that he wants. It is wild. We need to be watching him at all times. It's like they've also lost 2 games in a row, and so like we'll see what happens with that. In terms of like the good trajectory, we might still be on a path where the end of the year comes and Dable's out and Dable gets fired, or like Joe Sheehan gets fired. I have no idea what type of this is another what we've been talking about with like two different quarterbacks. Russell Wilson was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
And so the
Very
fact that
true.
you have somebody who's just athletic in that spot can bring you up to a normal spot.
Mhm.
I do think that a lot of this says not much more, but it does say a lot about how truly bad of a quarterback Russell Wilson is at this point in his career, as opposed to Jackson Dart is the savior. The Giants found their guy.
Yeah, savior is a harsh word. I'm just saying. I think he's looking like a guy that
You're
has the
treating
tools
him like
to
the
be good.
Messiah, and I just want to shut that.
No. He is
The
the Messiah
Messiah.
considering all the guys that died on that football
You called him
team.
Jesus in the group
All
chat.
right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know. Just looking like you hit on a quarterback is a huge deal for a late first round pick quarterback that has a world in which he stinks. And I don't think he stinks. So yeah, I think I'm just grading on a different scale of like, it's very binary with this type of situation. I think either the guy's good and we have hope and we can build on this, or it looks like a miss and it doesn't look like that to me.
Who's looked better this year, Spencer Rattler or Jackson Dart?
That is a conversation I'm not going to have and I never will have.
I think
What
it's
the
a real
fuck? You just asked me.
It's a real conversation.
Hell nah. NFC North.
The Vikings whole situation gets an F.
Oh, that's an F.
Yeah,
for sure.
Carson Wentz to JJ McCarthy.
They killed Carson Wentz on Amazon Prime.
They
He
ruined
shouldn't have
his
been
career.
playing, man.
He
at
wanted to
all.
fight for a job in his last life so bad. He sacrificed his entire shoulder. They're going to amputate it tomorrow. You're going to look up and you're going to see armless Carson Wentz and just know he died on that field for you.
They
Yeah.
killed him on Jeff Bezos' TV.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, JJ McCarthy played very little, pretty poorly outside that first game, which he locked in for a quarter and a half. So very incomplete grade for JJ McCarthy. For your loop with Carson Wentz, nice little F. It's holding back a team that has a playoff ready roster and probably won't make it because the quarterback situation is so dire.
Yeah, it's probably the most depressing quarterback situation. Yeah, the most depressing quarterback situation right now, considering you don't know what. There's more depressing.
Browns.
Oh yeah, they have a quarterback though. They're just waiting for.
The Raiders,
You know?
there's
Oh,
several
yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Well, the Raiders. Okay, they got it.
They're nowhere
Raiders
close
got
to
it.
the worst
Wait, tell me.
quarterback one.
I gotta switch my watch face.
Considering like they don't know what's coming. They don't know. They don't have anything to grasp on other than just like straight hope. You know.
Yeah. Lions, what do we give Jared Goff for just having a good Jared Goff season? Their offense has been completely fine. Post Ben Johnson, been great in many ways.
Hey,
Yeah,
he hasn't
I'm
done
with
anything
that.
Sure.
to
Jared-
deserve
Stamp him.
anything less than that. Yeah, like
He stamped. He's being Jared Goff, and he's
Mhm.
being one of like the best versions of Jared Goff, and doing all the things that a good Jared Goff would do. So I'm going to.
A
Shout out good Jared Goff. Jordan Love.
We'll go B
he's-
plus.
Wow, man, he's so interesting.
Yeah, we'll go B plus. There's been times this year where the decision making has not been great. We've seen highs, like we've seen this offense look disgusting and filthy, and they put up 40 points this year. But I think on a game to game basis, we haven't seen Jordan Love be amazing for like 3 weeks in a row.
Consistently, okay.
And so I would like to see that before I give him A. But right now, it's definitely B plus.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's real close to getting to A. And we just saw the best game of his season against the Steelers where he was perfect for most of the game, didn't make any mistakes. Tucker Kraft, yards after catch, was a godsend. He's gotten really good at building that connection with Tucker and being able to facilitate the yards after catch, getting the ball where it needs to be. They still don't have the like outside receiver room that like gives them a tremendously high floor, I
Mhm.
think, right? They don't have a one-on-one winner. They have a lot of guys who are role players, and we've seen the up and down nature of what that brings. I don't think he's been bad at all, but he hasn't been perfect. Like he has to be a lot of times, like he was yesterday. So I think B plus is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think B plus feels fine. I almost wanted to give him an A because of, again, how audacious some of the throws that he makes are and how he does like so many high risk things I don't think a lot of quarterbacks would do, but it feels super intentional for his like specific unique style of play.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of times where he's not the issue, but it looks like he's playing poorly just because the run game hasn't been good going, so they get behind the sticks there. Packers fans will tell you KOC has had some. Matt LaFleur has had some weird conservative play calling stretches where people were like, does he know we're allowed to throw the ball down the field?
Yeah.
Does he know that that's allowed? And there's just been a weird mix there. And typically when that happens, whenever offensive coordinators are being conservative and fans are frustrated with it, these offensive coordinators aren't stupid. Typically they're doing that out of necessity. They feel like they have to because they don't trust the down the field abilities of whoever it is, whether it be the protection, the quarterback, or the receivers. There's usually a cause for that. They're not just like pussy, like people treat them, right? They treat them like they're just cowards all of a sudden. That's not the case. So I'm not going to say one thing is a problem, but it's all culminated into a back and forth offense throughout the course of the season that I think going B+ is fine.
When I watch Jordan Love, I feel like I'm watching the NFL's version of like a prime Russell Westbrook at his very best. I see him just like, what are we doing? Where is this going?
An MVP?
But then I'm like, okay, I'm not. Yeah, sure. I think he has
See,
a shot of
that,
being that one day.
No, well, maybe that. But people say that a lot about Jordan Love. Like he's okay. Because when you say that about Russell Westbrook, what you're saying is there's going to be some stupid plays with the good, and people treat that about Jordan Love. They talk about his mechanics being so garbage, and he does all this dumb stuff. I don't really see that.
There's a specific play where I've seen him do almost consistently now, where he's like floating the ball in the air, but it feels super intentional.
Exactly.
And he has like the receiver come back to it. And those are just things that I just don't think anyone else
that's
in the
good
league
ball,
would
man.
do. And it's like genuinely strategic. And I'm like, I see it. I'm panicking. The ball's in the air for so fucking long.
Yeah. But people treat him more Russell Westbrook adjacent than I think it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I can see I can see those comparisons and I feel it.
All right. I'm going B+. I think like he's kind of at the same place that we were at the start of the year, where on the borderline of becoming an elite quarterback and, potentially can win MVP. And if you rise up, we can do some things. We can start looking at you in a different light. But we're still just right on that line. We haven't necessarily moved. So I'm going B+.
Okay.
Last quarterback of this episode.
Your sunshine.
The one in the thumbnail.
Your Pookie.
The one that we're doing this episode for. Caleb Williams. What are we grading the most
controversial quarterback? You can go ahead and
say polarizing?
Wasn't it polarizing. That's the better word. The most polarizing quarterback in the NFL this season.
I think I'm netting around like a C+.
Okay. Donovan?
I think I'm going C-.
I'll go C, right in the middle.
Yeah.
I think this season is interesting. Caleb Williams, obviously, number 1 overall pick. Expectations of being one of the best quarterbacks in the league one day. That level of prospect that we can't understate the ceiling here because of the lack of hitting it right now. Expected to be a top 5 to 10 quarterback in the league, which is never an expectation you want to put on a young quarterback. He was of that caliber of prospect, right? Coming in. Year 1 didn't go well because the coaching staff was horrendous. The offensive line was horrendous. The chemistry with the receivers was horrendous. Everything went poorly, right? He played his part, but the situation was bad. Year 2, situation good. Very good even. We got Ben Johnson, one of the best coordinators in the league. We expect him to be very good this year, I think, naturally, just because they answered a lot of the questions of the floor, and we expect him to have the ceiling to make it work really well and be Jared Goff with wheels or whatever, right? So the expectation was be a very good quarterback this year. Do what Drake May's doing in some regards. Not doing that whatsoever. So for that expectation, we are far from that. Eliminates A, eliminates B, I think. But also, if we reel that back and say we're not getting that this year, we just take him for what he is and the trajectory he's on, take away the expectations we had at one time, he is better than he was last year and has made strides, no longer holds the ball too long, no longer takes stupid sacks on a consistent basis, doesn't torpedo possessions by him holding the ball forever. He's improved upon that. He still has the flashes with him moving outside the pocket, making crazy throws. His wheels are insane. Overall, he's a better quarterback than he was last year. There's still some big glaring flaws we got to talk about, but I think overall there's been progression, not the progression we wanted to see, but progression. So I think C on pace is the right grade.
Yes, that is fair. I think the minus comes in where the minus comes in with the expectations.
Yes.
With the fact that you were the number 1 pick in a trio of Drake May, yourself, and Jaden Daniels, and you're tracking behind the other 2.
By far. By far. Those 2 are stars already.
Yeah.
And you are... Oh, here's actually, let's talk about this. Is he good right now is the question. Because people online are treating him like he's dog shit. This past week, they lost to the Ravens. He didn't play a great game. People are treating him like he played the worst game of all time, saying start Badge all this stuff. I don't think he's bad. I think he's a firmly average quarterback right now.
I think a lot of teams would rather have him over whatever the hell they have currently cooking in the pot. So I think he's good, yes.
He has some bad that we'll talk about, but I think he's firmly average. which is not what you want from a year 2 number 1 overall pick in a Ben Johnson system with great weapons around him. So again, not great, but he's not bad like people are treating.
No, he's not the worst quarterback. I mean, we have other guys, especially guys that we've named today already.
Yeah.
But
he does have a lot of downside. He's a weird quarterback in that he's average, but he's an average out of like the mixture of really good and really bad. So he's an inconsistent quarterback.
I know exactly what you mean. There's certain plays, especially when he's like scrambling out of the pocket, that you can only name maybe 3 or 4 other quarterbacks in the league, guys who are Hall of Famers, one of the 20 best quarterbacks of all time. Caleb Williams has some abilities to make super niche plays like that. And then on the other side of things too, they're just simple, like inaccurate, super short yardage plays that he just continues to struggle in.
He might be the Patrick Mahomes of Anthony Richardson.
Not the Anthony Richardson and Patrick Mahomes.
No.
He's the best version of Anthony Richardson's.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think right now, so flaws. Accuracy is the thing people point to. And I think his accuracy is good. When he's clean pocketed, making the throw with the intention of where he wants to go, he is an accurate quarterback overall. He is not a consistent accuracy quarterback because his timing is fucking dog shit. His timing to the play is one of the worst amongst all starters right now. And the chemistry with his receivers and being on the same page, which is preparation based, which is, I don't know, field based, or just natural being on the same page, it could be both parties' faults, is amongst the worst in the NFL. And those two things lead to missed throws, which I think people will perceive as bad accuracy, as if he's not capable of putting the ball in the spot he wants it. I think he's putting the ball in the spot he wants it. It's just the wrong spot a lot of times. And I think because he's focused so much on no longer taking the big sacks, no longer holding the ball too long, that's a clear mental burden he's taking on of saying, I won't make this mistake. It's hurting his ability to get the ball out fast enough in times. Sometimes it's too fast enough. And I think I've noticed he's specifically bad on outbreaking routes with quick timing stuff off of play action. If a whole Ben Johnson offense is based on the fact that we're going to run the play action, right when you turn around, diagnose the play, get it to the right spot, because it's going to be timed, that as the defense is adjusting to the fact that you're no longer running the ball and they're trying to look back, the ball's already out and they're in the wrong spot because they were adjusted to the run. He can't get the ball out on time right now whatsoever. And that fucks up the plays and it leads to him throwing it late, or leads him throwing to the wrong guy who's covered and makes it look like he's inaccurate, but really he's bad at reading the field.
Yeah. And in that, I mean, just last week he had a pick on an outbreaking route to Rome, and it gets picked. And like you still see those things week in and week out. The completion percentage over expectation that I just said, he was the worst one on there, right? He's out of all the quarterbacks, he's the worst one. So I think whenever you see the accuracy issues, you wonder, especially for guys that are super special, and because we've seen plays last year and this year where he's getting outside the pocket, he's throwing the ball at some crazy arm angle, getting the ball, putting it exactly where only his receiver can. There's been some throws that he's made to Rome where that ball is really in a spot where only Rome could catch it, and the ball's been dropped. Yep. And so when you have those plays, it makes the inaccuracies of like the short and intermediate stuff feel so much bigger, because it's like, dude, like if you could just do this, everything will set up to where you won't even need to make a like special play, because then you'll just be able to do everything else in structure.
And so there's that play you're talking about, the play through to Rome, which was an outbreaking route, but it wasn't. That was an in-breaking route that he took so long to throw to that it became outbreaking. Yeah. That was Rome on the left side who ran a dig that was supposed to be hit on the right when he drops back or middle of the field, but he took so long that Rome made it to the right sideline. That's hilarious. That is not an outbreaking route, but it became that. And that's the whole problem. He took way too long to throw that. That should have been thrown out in half a second. He threw it out in 2.5 seconds. That's the problem. And the other big pick, or not big pick, the bad play at the end of the game, which is when he missed DJ Moore in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. That also wasn't an inaccurate throw. That was him expecting DJ Moore to keep running along the back end zone and DJ Moore stopping in the zone. They were just miscommunicating. And maybe DJ Moore is right. In that zone principle in their playbook, he's supposed to stop and Caleb's supposed to hit him there. Caleb did not identify that. He identified continue to run your in-breaking route and go across the end zone. So it's not that he can't throw, it's that he doesn't know what to throw or chooses to throw the wrong thing when he has to make snap decisions. And I guess what I'm saying is he's not good right now, or not above average right now. But that everything I'm saying makes sense as progression from a guy last year that was even worse at these things and didn't have the strengths and is getting better at these as time goes on. I'm just having to kind of change what I'm expecting in year 2, and I'm kind of just punting that he breaks out this year. But I do see the groundwork that a lot of quarterbacks improve mentally like that over the years. You would have hoped it goes faster, but he's more raw mentally than we thought. And now that we know it's going to take time, it stands to reason that those things are a year 3 improvement.
Yes. Now, with you saying that, it kind of makes me feel like we're going from F to D as opposed to from D to C from last year, or from F to C from last year.
If you want to say D on the expectation of we were expecting a star breakout this year, that's fine. I'm just readjusting what I'm expecting from him now. And
which I feel like a readjustment of expectations for a number 1 overall pick in year 2 is pretty like...
Yeah, it is. So, but here's the thing.
It makes everything feel shaky.
For sure. I'm not readjusting my ceiling play. I still think there's a top 10 quarterback in there.
Yeah.
I'm readjusting how long it's going to take because his adjustment to this Ben Johnson system that is we knew it was entirely different than the way he ran before, right? I think if he was in a spread system that didn't do the timing-based play action approach that Ben Johnson does, he would look a lot better in year 2. Now, that wouldn't be better for his long-term ceiling because I think getting good at this stuff will net out to him being that super Jared Goff we want him to be. But in a different world, he could look better because he's not doing something so foreign to him. And like I said, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks have these mental burdens on their shoulders and get better as time goes on. It probably was never going to be super fast for him to adjust to Ben Johnson. He's way too raw, like we said. But everything we're saying is all mental. And maybe he never improves mentally, right? Maybe he just will always be a bad processor, and that'll be why he's never a good quarterback. That's super possible. We've seen a couple other number 1 overall picks that we've talked about today that have that same issue. That's firmly in play. But I think in year 2, we can give at least 1 more year of saying the reps are needed, at least 1 full year in Ben Johnson's system, that maybe next year will be the year where that clicks and he is that superstar.
Do you feel like on any of these games, do you feel like we've gotten 2 weeks of good Caleb? Like back to back.
I don't think I've gotten 1 week of Caleb that is good for my expectations.
And so by that, but
that's my expectations.
I know, but even you, which honestly I think it's fair to say that that's pretty much everybody's expectations. You're a number 1 overall pick in year 2. Like everybody is still at a certain level gonna look at you and say like you should be a top 12, like they're gonna look at you and be like, why can't you be Sam Darnold? Yeah. And like obviously things are like much different, but like that's the conversation.
Not really. That's not that much different though. We want him to make that Sam Darnold leap way sooner than Sam Darnold made it, but their flaws are kind of similar.
Fair, yeah. I'm saying if we're gonna look at him like that, and you're saying I haven't gotten 1 good week of Caleb, I don't know if we can.
I'm exaggerating,
but like I don't know if we can look at that and say like, okay, yeah, C. I think D might be where we're at, and in the overall like scheme of his progression, it may be F to D to C, and then finally, or F to D to B, and that's where we go. But like last year was so bad, and so I can see a little bit where you could start grading on a curve because last year was bad. Now we're getting to competent, and he's probably where he should have been coming in. So I'll go with D, or like D plus.
D plus can make sense.
It's D if you want to do that in terms of like, are you on track to being a star right now? But he's an average quarterback right now, I think. Net overall, like he's been playing 18th best quarterback in the league football. He's not playing bottom tier football. So that's what D. I feel like D makes it sound like he's been bad.
Who else did we put in D?
Like I feel like D makes it sound like it's bad.
Like Bryce Young.
We put Penix in D. I feel so much better about Caleb than Penix in terms of long term outlook.
It's also
and the caliber player right now.
Expectation based as well.
Exactly, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't think D's crazy, but I think he's an average quarterback right now. And I still feel good about the long term trajectory. It's just going to take longer than I hoped for. And maybe that's cope. I'm sure it is to some degree. Maybe I wouldn't say that if I had a worse evaluation of a guy. But I do think everything I described and the timing-based issues and everything being chemistry-based and understanding, not abilities with his arm, that all stands to reason to me that will improve as time goes on. I don't think that's crazy for me to just assume that'll take more time than we thought.
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing this experiment being ran and how he's just like immediately thrusted into one of the most genius offensive minds in Ben Johnson, and seeing how like the timing of his game is like artificially being warped, and he's kind of forcing like the easy looks at times while missing and misreading plenty of downfield receivers at times. And I feel like D plus is probably the right way to go, but I also feel like that might be too harsh considering, again, like where we expect him to be. So
also,
he is.
The idea that because Ben Johnson is so smart and the scheme is so good and the weapons are pretty good, it's treated like it's an easy role.
It's hard, yeah.
It's a difficult role that if you can figure it out and get good at that timing-based approach, you're going to be gravy. You're going to be killing it, right? If you understand that and you figure it out, there's a lot built into that offense that gives you a floor production wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also it's hard to adjust to. So I think there's nuance there, and people want it to be very like, either you think Caleb's a superstar and you're going to gas him, or you think he's a bum and he's holding back the Bears, when this might be the single most nuanced quarterback situation in the league for everything you mentioned, with scheme around him, players around him, what Ben Johnson's doing to protect Caleb, to protect his offensive line. That sucks right now. You know, they made some improvements there. Their pass protection is still not good. They still have to do a lot of this play action as a way to get the ball out quick and not allow the offensive line to lose in like deep drop back situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're doing this in a large part. Like I mentioned, they could do spread stuff to make Caleb look a little bit better, a little more comfortable. They really can't do that because the offensive line doesn't hold up well. So that's also part of it.
That's fair, but also like a lot of other quarterbacks, even some who are playing better, don't have great offensive lines. Like
yeah, but again, see, you just said exactly what I'm saying. Like it's not that simple. Like good offensive line, bad. Like
with
this specific scheme, it's holding it back a little bit.
No, I understand, but I'm saying like we can look at I don't know how fair it is if we look at Caleb and like we start bringing in the fact that like his offensive line isn't playing well when there's other people who don't necessarily have that. And again, not to say that like that he's a bum because of it, or that if he had it he would be a top five quarterback. But it's like, all right, like this kind of life in the NFL. Like it's kind of like
I mean, sure, but that's the point of the conversation is to talk about the context of these teams. And we're deciphering C and D here. And I think that's the difference, is a team context, whether or not it's your fault and you're the reason you get D, or if it's a myriad of things that we're talking about and you get C. If I was up here saying he gets A- because the offensive line is holding it back, then I think your point would be proven. But it's not bad to point out the context of the team and how it limits the scheme.
Sounds like he nets out like a C-.
Yeah, something like that, where he's not living up to expectations right now. So it's not B or A.
Yeah.
But it's not. People are wanting to ring the alarm bells, and I don't think I'm there yet.
I have my hand on the alarm button.
Okay, hands on the trigger.
That's crazy.
I am a little worried. I don't know if I'm definitely not as bullish as you. I am just like, I don't know. People who are generally inaccurate always worries me just a little bit. And we've seen people like get better at that, but that's, I don't know. I'm noticing very, very heavily.
Not only have you seen people get better at that, that's one of the most common things people get better at, to make leaps. Like it's not uncommon. Yeah. You would have, again, people want it to be a very linear thing. You would have wanted him to get accurate after being inaccurate, right? And because it's taking longer doesn't mean it won't happen. You know what I mean? But also it might just never happen. You never know.
Yeah.
But I just think people are treating it like as an absolute when it's just taking longer because the scheme changed, because he's not catching up to speed mentally. You can tell there's too much on his plate. He's still trying to, like, has he for a second looked comfortable to you?
No.
And that's the bigger problem, is that he has to get comfortable before we can really see what the best version of is. And maybe he never gets comfortable because maybe he just doesn't have it up here. Time will tell, but I'm willing to give that more time before I panic for long term.
That's fair. Okay. Again, hand is on the button. We're about to panic.
Yeah. No, listen, if the end of the season comes around and there's no improvement, I'll certainly be fingering the trigger a little bit.
No improvement is crazy. That'll be shocking if that was to be the case.
Yep. And people always point to the Josh Allen thing as like any bad quarterback. Oh, maybe he's Josh Allen. This does feel like the closest thing to the Josh Allen trajectory of like the first 2 years having all the talent and athleticism in the world, which I think Caleb is like one of the more athletic quarterbacks with arm and legs, but just being so behind mentally that like it's really holding him back. And that was a progression for Josh Allen. And obviously that's like 99th percentile version of that. Yeah. But it does feel like this is the most accurate one so far of that, hopefully, trajectory.
Yeah, maybe. I just never like to use the Josh Allen one because it is it's the outlier in NFL history in terms of development by a quarterback.
And it sounds goofy when you point to like Anthony Richardson, who's actively terrible right now, but Caleb's not that. So like, I do feel like it might be an appropriate way to think about it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. The Mahomes the Mahomes of Richardsons.
Yeah,
that's really not a bad comparison.
You telling me to smash Josh Allen into Anthony Richardson and boom, Caleb Williams is the baby?
I don't
know.
No, that's not at all what was just said.
Crazy.
That's not at all what was just said. No. Not at all. That you just described the worst player of all time.
Wait, the worst player of all time?
The best.
You said Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson. He said Mahomes and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying combine like the both of them at their peak powers, and then peak powers like what Josh Allen is.
Which even then is like, that might just be Josh Allen.
Yeah, whatever.
What, still?
This is becoming a strange conversation that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, the Caleb thing will be interesting to monitor. Like, we will be approaching panic mode if this continues, but it all makes sense to me why it's being disappointing, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that it's easy to rationalize why it's bad. Where some of the other guys that are struggling, it's just like, damn, dude, where's the strength? Because we have a strength and we have a weakness that makes sense with all the change there, I'll give a little bit of grace.
All right, fair.
But still disappointing. Still not a good grade. I'm
Sorry.
still acknowledging it's not an A or a B or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a bum.
Yeah, exactly. They need to start Tyler Badgett. We're not going to win games with this idiot.
Ew.
I'm sure Chicago Talk Radio has been insane this week.
They love him.
This is Chicago's best QB situation since when?
Jay Cutler, I guess.
Damn.
Is he on? Let me see. Is he on pace for 4,000?
Oh, I remember that was the thing that I think that was a bold prediction you had.
Yeah, I think everybody's talking about is will he be the first 4,000 yard passer in Bears history? We will see, but not super high hopes right now for this season for any type of accolade.
That's tough. But yeah, all right.
Yeah,
And with that being said, that is every grade for every quarterback's first 8 games of the season. We're grading the first half. It's time for TikTok time. Oh, had to give him his crayon. Doesn't know what to do with that. His safety crayon. His comfort crayon.
It's my activation. Without this, it's like my kryptonite if I don't have it in my hand.
Also, quickly,
It's like anti-kryptonite.
he's not on pace.
What is
Yeah, I
it,
know.
3,800 or something?
39.73.
Oh, wow. 27 away.
He won't do it.
That
The curse won't be lifted.
And granted, if he has 3,900 yards and like a pretty good turnover touchdown to interception ratio, like
Yeah.
he's going to be the 18th best quarterback in the league, which is gross for number 1 pick for year 2 in a good system, but better than last year.
It is. But on to TikTok time. Let's go.
Welcome to TikTok time. Today, we're going to begin with what we always begin with.
What is it?
We are going to pick the winners and losers of NFL Week 8.
I was on the wrong show for like 2 seconds. I thought we're starting with a draft. It's not
Nope,
team
wrong
3.
one. Might do a draft second, though. So, as we always do, after watching another week of NFL football, Donovan, who is your biggest winner of this week?
The surprising winners. I said that they would continue to be losers until they won. The New York Jets have won a football game.
They have.
Ladies and gents, they've done it.
Praise be.
They've done it. And not only did they win a game, they walked the Cincinnati Bengals down.
Whoa. Not
And-
walked.
No, they walked them down. And not only did they walk them down, they used analytics. They went for 2 down 14, were able to win the game. This is how you be a smart football team. One of the first pieces of evidence that we have that shows, Aaron Glenn, you know what you're doing. Shout out to the New York Jets. We have to give them credit.
Throw the fucking parade. We are back. And on top of that, biggest winner of the week, Justin Fields. You were one small step away from being benched for Tyrod Taylor, the ultimate death blow to your time as a starting quarterback in this league. And what did you do? You prayed to the gods and they said, okay, we're going to give Tyrod Taylor a knee injury. You got one more chance. And you grabbed it and you took it by the horns. You earned yourself another week of having your job. Salute to you.
On top of that, too, speaking about having another week of saying you have a job, Aaron Glenn, shout out to you.
Yep.
You were my first winner. You stayed out of the unemployment category in America, and you've prolonged your tenure over there in New York.
True.
Yep. So everything's going good for anybody that wears green this week is basically the takeaway. Shout out them, aside from Tyrod Taylor, who was almost going to be a starter again, but goddamn knee injuries.
My next winner is Tua. I feel like I live in an alternate reality. I hope this is not the last time I say that he's a winner this week. He had no INTs this last game. He had 4 touchdowns this last game.
What is statistical improbability?
That sounds crazy.
0 INTs for Tua.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll get into one of our bigger losers of the week, so we'll save that game because that was
Okay.
hilarious. Other big winner of the week, Bryce Young PR. If you're a Bryce Young fan, if you're Bryce Young himself, you've heard it all the time. How you give too many big plays. You're not necessarily what you want from a number 1 pick. You see your backup go out there in your absence, and my God, does he stink it up. You can say, you bet you're going to appreciate me more when I'm back.
True. My next winner, Belt.
Belt?
Just
Belt.
belts.
Who's it given to?
There were 7 games this week decided by 20 points or more. People were getting Belt left and right. Designer off the rack, homemade, custom made belts all around the league. It was blowout central this week.
Organic belts, taking it back.
Exactly.
Switches.
Switches. Farmers markets belts.
What about counterfeit belt? Who's that big in counterfeit belt?
That too.
Yes, I think so. We're going to talk about it again. Counterfeit belt for sure.
Is counterfeit belt when you play the Dallas Cowboys defense? That's fake belt?
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.
We gotta sit on that one a little bit more and see what counterfeit belt is. But yeah. Ass whoopings were on the menu this week and they were handed out.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Other big winner, running backs. The general perception of running backs around the league, because we once again have a running back in MVP conversations. Jonathan Taylor, you were having not only the best running back season in the NFL, one of the best in recent memory. You are insane, impossible to stop. Everything about the Colts offense runs through you. You are the man.
Dude, so far in week 8, he has 14 touchdowns already?
That's crazy. The yards are one thing, 100 yards a game, cool. That many touchdowns, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If there was ever, he probably has a better MVP case than Saquon did in terms of what he means to the offense and how important he is to making it go.
And that statement boiled my blood this weekend.
It's probably true. Not to say he's better than Saquon, but in terms of MVP, he's probably more important to his team.
There's truth to that.
Understand, the tush push giveth and it taketh away.
Yep.
Because if that wasn't there and they just handed the ball off to Saquon, he could have had 25 touchdowns last year. But the tush push is here.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah. It's there. That's why he's not as valuable, because they can get rushing touchdowns without him, and they can convert 3rd and 2 without him.
My next winner, Jordan Love. Watching him walk down Aaron Rodgers just like that felt like the old traditional putting down the old Yeller saying.
The Lightning McQueen meme.
Man, it's official. It's never been more official.
That was one of my winners. I had it listed under elder abuse because elder abuse is back up.
Hell yeah. That's my favorite.
You enjoy that?
Yeah, love it. Elder belt.
Are you on Social Security?
Belt.
I'm beating you up today. Sorry.
Winner, Drake May.
That's it.
Drake May.
Wins.
Period.
All right.
My next winner, the Kelly Green uniforms. The Eagles are back. It's one of the better throwbacks in the league.
The Broncos were orange too. Both were back.
Big throwback day. Big, and also they're so nice. They're so classic. And whenever I love when teams put on their throwbacks and they give belt.
Yep.
It always sucks. Like, you think that you look so clean, and then you go and you lose by 10, you lose by 14. Putting on throwbacks and showing up, I like that.
Also, the Chargers wore the navy blue, which are kind of like a modern version of a throwback. So big week for nostalgia and belt combined.
And that was honestly much needed, because last week the Chargers put out one of the worst uniform combos ever seen to man.
Wait,
the all yellow, the all yellow uniform, that was trash. And then they came back. They said, "Listen, I'm sorry. We will repent for our sins. Here goes another classic."
Let me lock in real quick.
Yeah.
Last winner I have, Ravens hopes and dreams. We may have thought the Ravens were down and out, 1-5. They weren't gonna have a chance of coming back. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers said, "Watch this. I got y'all. We'll let you back into the race single-handedly because we are unserious as fuck." They're now half a game out. There's a chance.
And
there's a chance.
The Ravens are now the favorites to win the AFC North.
That's so backwards, so disrespectful to the 3 other teams in that division.
But it's really not, though, because that's just the truth. Lamar coming back this week. They are alive and well.
They still have two games against the Bengals, and they have 2 games against the Steelers. Those 4 games belt.
Oh, yeah.
Can change everything in the AFC North.
The defense get a little healthy.
Super Bowl?
Don't let Lamar back into the playoffs.
Let's see. I have one more winner. My last winner, Marshawn Lattimore. If you guys are tuning into Washington Commanders FC, they've been doing but nothing, slandering him every single game. But he found himself in the so sacred INT category by picking off Patrick Mahomes last night. You are no longer in washed watch.
Salute to Marshawn Lattimore for no longer being washed, being dirty. Losers of the week.
Let's go.
First one's first. Got to pour one out for our favorite Caucasian pit bull, Cam Scatterbo, is done for the year for dislocating his ankle. He was here for a good time, not a long time. The all-time great run of 2 frat boys reviving New York sports. It's over.
Whiteboard culture has taken a significant hit.
Pour out your 4 Loko.
Yeah. If you look at whiteboard culture, WBC on the stock market, it's plummeted. is taking a very significant hit.
You
Get
guys-
out while you can.
You guys don't understand how much of a shot in the heart this was to me. He was my favorite running back that the entire league had to offer. Was he the fastest? No. Did he have the best vision? No. Was he the strongest? No. But was he the most
he might have been.
fun?
Your favorite running back? We got to get you a team.
He was my
We
favorite
gotta get
running
you a
back.
favorite
Yes.
team.
Yes.
We gotta find you some allegiances.
Dude, if you're asking me to watch quality football, I'm not going to do that. If you ask me to watch smart football, I'm not going to do that. I want Scatterbo. And I can't have it no
A
more.
big blow to my fantasy football team in our podcaster league.
Ooh, yeah.
I have him and Trey Benson, and my running back room is thin.
Tough. We have to pour another one out. Loser of the week to the Rat Man, Spencer Rattler,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, such a
I
rattler.
was right, man. I'm
who
like, who's that?
has now been benched. He did
Yeah.
everything that he could. He tried to be the film watchers, the nerds, darling of the year. Doesn't matter because the people in the Saints organization, Kellen Moore, he said, I don't care what they say on the outside. You are not my quarterback anymore. The Spencer Rattler experiment, at least for right now, is on pause.
Yeah, he's
Tough.
a loser
We
for
have
me
to pour
too.
one out.
He fell into.
Got shucked.
He did as good as he could do this year, but he fell into the natural team optics, team building, and how the rest of
Politics
that
got
goes.
him. Got to get the second round pick on the field.
Exactly.
I hate politics.
Pour one out. For Carson Wentz's shoulder, torn the fuck up, probably never going to be the same again. He going out there, injured 3 weeks ago, kept playing because he knew this was his last chance. His final opportunity to be a starting quarterback and show he deserves another contract. Laid it out on the line, died for our sins. It's over.
Man.
And it sucks because he kind of died in vain. He died just to lose by 27.
He died getting belt from Khalil Mack and Dan Henley.
I'm pouring another one out, man. I'm pouring one out for
I mean,
Justin.
the bottle's empty at this point.
No. There's a little one more drip,
Okay.
and it's going towards Justin Jefferson as well. His stats are hurting. I just looked up that he has only 1 touchdown this year. That's insane.
Doesn't my fantasy team know it?
Don't look at the receiving yards. He's still a lead, of course, and when it comes to that, he's gonna get his yak stats and all that. But man, 1 touchdown, and we're 8 weeks into the year.
Tough. Other big loser, Kirk Cousins. You're just turbo washed. I'm sorry. You had a chance. You came out, started the game. My God, I hope I never see it
Brother,
again.
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
Too late.
It's awful.
Too late. I don't even think Michael Penix is that good. I'm begging for him to come back.
Please. My next loser, Commanders fans. You made it to the NFC Championship game. You got new ownership. You thought you were up. You thought this is the start of something new. And then you just have this year, Jaden Daniels is missing time. You just lost by over 20 points on Monday Night Football. The whole country saw you get demolished in a game where you picked off Patrick Mahomes twice.
Yeah.
Still couldn't get more than 7 points. You're 3-5. You're below the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East standings right now. What are you prepared to do about it? If you ask me, I think not a damn thing. I think you guys are going to miss the playoffs. And I think your Cinderella season from last year, it is looking very, very fluky.
He's relishing in this. He served hard time in the Jaden Daniels versus Jalen Hurts discourse wars.
I was on the front lines.
He's preying on your downfall and he's getting it. Now that discourse battle is still alive and well, but he's getting the downfall at least of the team.
Go ahead. Sing that stupid little song of yours.
So I'm gonna leave here with
Left
something.
hands up. Who are we? The Commanders. Go ahead. Sing it now. Sing it now.
You're leaving here with something, and it's the downfall of their team.
Oh my gosh, leaving her vocals, man, please. My last loser.
First of all, I hit that.
You did. You
That's
absolutely
what I'm
did.
saying. I do.
My last loser, Aaron Rodgers. Man, oh man, the same story of his career continues. His defense is just in shambles. They have no answers for him. He has no good wide receiver room. Also, they try to go ahead and call up his old buddy. They're scratching and clawing to save their season right now because they know they're reeling, dropping the last 2 weeks. So it's sad sight.
My
Sad,
last
sad
loser?
sight.
Falcons fans. It's not really that big of a loser because you know what it is. You'll be the first one to tell people as soon as they see Falcons being hyped up by the media, they say, just wait. Disappointment will come. It came as soon as everybody got excited about the Falcons defense being so good and interesting and giving them life. They got belts. It's over.
Dude.
They know it's over
How
every
many
time.
points did they score against the Dolphins?
Less than 10. Let me see. I can't remember
I
exactly
thought it
how
was
many.
3.
Was it 3? I don't remember.
Possibly. And if that's the case, then that means against the Dolphins and the Panthers this year, they ran up like fucking 64 points on you versus like
3.
64-3. That's insane. That's just like
No, they scored 10. They scored a touchdown at the end.
10 points. Nice.
Scored 10 combined points versus the Dolphins and the Panthers.
Fake touchdown. Really 3.
Tough. My last loser. Any receiver on the Bengals not named Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah.
Because you are no longer important to what your offense does. Jamar Chase had 19 targets on Sunday. Nobody else had more than 3.
And the
Crazy.
week before that, he had like 23 or 26 targets.
Yes. Joe Flacco has a very clear plan.
Yeah.
Where's number 1? I'm going to throw it to him.
You
Even T. Higgins,
Yeah.
one of the best number 2 receivers in the league, is not getting the ball. When Joe Flacco walks through the door, you know exactly where the ball is going.
You know, it's a good plan. I'm with it.
Okay.
I mean, listen, they scored 38 points. So
Keep
like, my
doing
bad.
it. And that's our winners and losers for this week.
2 targets for T. Higgins.
Wasn't one a touchdown?
Yes. T. Higgins had 1 catch, 44 yards and a touchdown, 2 targets overall. Jamar Chase had 19 targets, 12 catches, 12 catches for 91 yards, no touchdowns.
All I'm hearing is T. Higgins is efficient.
Jeez, man.
Make the most of what you got.
He's like that.
Next thing we're going to do, we're going to do a draft. But we're going to do this draft a little bit differently.
Okay.
I have a hat full of names here of player pictures. I got 15 exactly. And on this draft, we have to pick 15 players of their traits. And we're going to build a perfect quarterback all by the luck of the draw.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what we're going to draw. There's a mixture of names in here. We got to pick a player and then put it wherever you want on your chart.
Okay.
Someone is bound to get screwed. And I hope it's not me. The draft order does not matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It's completely random. There's 15 names in here. I have no idea what it's going to be. I'll go first. I got the hat. I'm drawing at random. See,
Okay.
They're all face down.
Got you.
I'm going to pull from the bottom. First name,
Nice.
Tua.
Oh, man.
Give me Tua's accuracy. I guess I'll take that. Okay. Listen, if I can be his accuracy with some better arm strength, I'm not a bad start.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to try
Tua,
to draw
man.
the middle.
Let's see what you got.
Who is this guy?
Bo Nix. What do you want from Bobert?
Fuck, man. Give me Bo's mobility.
Okay, you can move a little bit. That's not bad.
It's the best way you can go.
Give me his mobility.
Oh, I got the names mixed up.
All right. My name, we have
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. Give me Jameis Winston.
Okay.
You know, he's a solid guy. Give me Jameis Winston size.
Okay, that's
Okay.
a big dude. Okay.
Good. He's like, what, 6'5" or 6'6"?
Oh, wait. I go twice.
Yeah,
Oh, you
he's
do?
large.
Okay.
He's thick.
Yeah, you know, standard build a quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Eyes closed. Here we go. I picked Eli Manning.
Oof. What you want for Eli?
Dang.
He got stumped.
Dang. For
not the best traits guy.
no, not the best trades guy. I guess, does clutch fall under IQ?
No.
Would that do
Maybe,
it?
but you got a whole lot of other stuff with it.
Yeah, not really, no.
I guess, you know what, we'll go accuracy. I've seen Eli Manning make some crazy throws on the sideline. We'll go with accuracy.
Okay. Did we put clutch on here last time we did quarterbacks?
No, we didn't.
I swear
Clutch.
we did one time.
Maybe
Like,
one of the
sure.
times. But okay. Who is this guy? Oh,
Finally a good player.
Josh Allen. Okay, so for Josh, where do I want to go? Arm strength, not mobility, IQ. I don't know what's the best way to go with this. Genuinely,
You can go a lot of places.
Okay, so I think for Josh Allen, go ahead and give me arm strength.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not a bad place to go.
Good pull.
You can throw any throw on the field.
yeah,
Now, it's going to make or break my player.
yeah.
Please give me something good. Robert Griffin III.
Ooh,
Okay. Give me RG3's mobility. I'll
Okay.
take that. That's not bad. Thank God I didn't use mobility beforehand.
That
Because if
might-
I would have already used mobility and I had RG3, it would have been a scary, scary time for me.
yeah.
Next up, Peyton Manning.
Oh shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Oh, but I already picked accuracy.
Ooh.
IQ. Give me Peyton Manning's IQ.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, let's
Damn.
go.
You gotta, that's
That's the only way to go.
Peyton IQ and RG3 mobility.
Okay, who's my guy? Oh fuck. What
Ooh.
What you got? Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
What's the least important thing here?
You
Not
already use
accuracy,
mobility.
not IQ.
Size? Accuracy, IQ, and size. You're fucked.
Fuck,
You
man.
got. I'm not going to influence your decision.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say size.
Oh, you're tiny.
I have to sacrifice.
he had big
some, man.
hands. That was the only redeeming quality.
Damn, man.
All right.
Manziel. If you could have had mobility, you would have been okay.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler
Okay.
Murray. Okay.
Okay.
We will take Kyler Murray mobility.
Not bad,
Okay.
not bad.
And then IQ and arm strength. I need guys. I need
Fuck.
Drake May.
Damn it.
Damn.
Got the GOAT.
Do I want to say IQ just so I can get that out the way and not have a dummy at quarterback? Or do I go with arm strength?
Yeah, pick the 22-year-old's IQ.
I know. I mean, it's looking like his frontal lobe developed early. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna go arm strength.
As you should. He has an incredibly strong arm.
Yeah.
That would have been a big sell to not pick arm strength.
Okay. Oh wow.
What'd you get?
Just the GOAT.
Tom Brady. Just
the GOAT.
He's no Drake May, but it'll do.
Yeah, you know what? Just go ahead and give me accuracy or IQ. I really can't fucking lose at all. Go ahead and give me IQ.
Okay. You've already lost a Manziel body.
Listen, man.
Not necessarily.
Well, now
Yeah.
you're hoping to build Bryce Young.
Man,
With
How
Brady
tall?
IQ and Manziel body, this is the best version of Bryce
how
Young.
tall is Manziel?
Probably like 5'11", but he's like very small, not athletic.
I need the fake height, not the real one.
He's not super short, but
What
he's
is
very
it, 6'1"?
Let me see.
He might be listed at 6 foot. Maybe
I think he's
6'1".
listed at 6'1". Maybe.
I
He
got
is
Patrick Mahomes.
6
Let's
foot,
go.
okay.
Patrick Mahomes arm strength.
Damn.
Let's go.
Damn.
Let's go. All right, so I already won. Who am I going to finish this out with? Size, Michael Vick. Okay. Not the biggest guy, but not the smallest guy. I'll live.
Okay.
But hey, I took Mike Vick away from mobility. Actually, I already picked him.
Okay. Fuck. One of the last few. Ooh. There we go. What a bounce back. This is peak Bryce Young right
Aaron
here.
Rodgers. Okay.
I got Aaron Rodgers for accuracy. This saved me. I'm not gonna.
Damn.
This saved
But I
me.
will say Menzel's size is the only bad trade on here so far.
He's 6 foot.
He's
The
not-
last
who
one.
cares? He's little.
Justin Herbert IQ.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Wow.
That's good.
Somehow we survived the bad quarterbacks taken and found a good trade. If we would have pulled like Tua, Bo Nix, and these guys late, we
Mhm.
might have been a little screwed because we would have already gotten rid of their other good traits.
Yeah.
But not bad.
Yo, this is not a bad player. So having Eli Manning accuracy, Drake May arm strength, Kyler Murray mobility, Justin Herbert IQ, Jameis Winston size, that's not bad.
You just
Yeah.
got a faster Justin Herbert.
I got Aaron Rodgers accuracy, Josh Allen arm strength, mobility of Bo Nix, IQ of Tom Brady, and size of Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel 6 foot. That's like standard. you
No,
know?
but he's tiny. He's not.
Dude,
he's
Michael
not.
Vick is the same size.
Michael Vick is much more like built than Johnny Manziel's little. Johnny Manziel's not good size.
No, they're the same size. I don't.
No,
how
they're
little
not.
do you think he is? You think he's skinny?
Yes, he is. There's no muscle. He's very small. Is a problem.
I don't remember Michael Vick being brute, man.
He's not. I don't love Michael Vick's size, but Manziel's body is inadequate.
We're comparing apple or oranges to cuties right now.
We're not. It's Manziel.
Oranges to tangerines.
Manziel is very little. I got Tua accuracy, Mahomes arm strength, RG3 mobility, Peyton Manning's IQ, Michael Vick size.
You made Michael Vick if he read the playbook.
Oh, you're right. Because I got mobility. I'm just Michael Vick. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Michael Vick. What a
You're,
genius.
you're a locked in Michael Vick.
I'm Michael Vick that can make plays at the line and go, Omaha. I'm green 19, Michael Vick.
There you go.
I think I got the best quarterback here.
Well, of
I
course you
got-
do.
Aaron Rodgers accuracy, Josh Allen arm strength, and Brady IQ. And I can move a little bit like Bo Nix. And I'm 6 foot.
You're the worst mobility. That's the one thing. Bonix can move, but we have fucking burners.
I do have the worst mobility.
And you're smallest. So you're the worst body, but the best. I mean, not Brady IQ can't be touched. I mean, Peyton's pretty smart.
Yeah. But I got Aaron
It's-
Rodgers.
It's 1A, 1B.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, the only thing you got the worst body, but the best throwing traits.
Okay.
There we go. Next thing
one?
we're gonna do. We just mentioned him. Let's keep talking about the GOAT.
Who's the GOAT?
Drake
Tom
May.
Brady?
I'm gonna name 5 NFL quarterbacks. You tell me who's better, them or Drake May.
Ooh. Okay.
Level 1, Drake May or Tua.
Go ahead and level 2.
You can slice Drake May's right arm. I think he still might be better than Tua.
Damn.
Figure it out.
Paraplegic Drake May is better than the 31st.
He's dominating the Special Olympics.
Mhm.
God. Level 2. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he clears.
Clears?
Confidently. Confidently, yeah, he clears. I don't think anyone
Yeah,
through
I mean-
8 weeks of the year would say that Jalen Hurts has been better.
He does confidently clear.
He clears.
Not gonna lie.
I'm not saying he's like in a.
No, he confidently clears. It is what it is. He's
Clear.
like, oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not
See,
saying they're the same.
He's not trying to say that Jalen Hurts is better. He just wants to make it sound like it's a little softer.
No, I just don't agree with like.
The word clears.
I don't agree with the word. And like, are we doing just this year?
Either
Yes.
or. I mean,
Yeah.
you would take Drake May going forward too.
I don't know.
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right, dude.
I don't think so.
dude. You're
Cap.
lying. You're
Liar.
lying.
Level 3, Drake May or Jaden Daniels in his draft class.
I'll take Drake May.
That's hard. That's
Long
very
term.
hard.
Right now, he's had a better 8 games. He's been healthy. Long term, are we willing to say Drake May is the best quarterback in this class?
I might lean towards Jaden Daniels long term, but for now, he has it. He's doing it.
I don't know. I might go Drake May either way. I think Jaden Daniels is a top 10 quarterback. I think Drake May is we're aiming a little bit higher.
I think the fact that like Drake May is doing this and his receiving core is not amazing either.
And his running room doesn't exist.
I'm going with Drake.
Is Drake May. He can carry more on his shoulders.
Yeah,
Level 4, Justin Herbert.
it's over. I think it's over.
I'll take
This is
Drake
where
May.
it ends for me personally.
He said, I don't know about Jalen Hurts, but I'll take him over Mahomes.
You're
over
crazy. You're crazy.
Herbert. He says, some people got to be stupid. It is what it is.
This is where his run.
You got to stand for
fails.
something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you got to make passion over brains. Sometimes certain situations.
What are you willing to fall for?
You're
What
not
are you
even-
willing to stand on?
You're not
Like,
even standing on it, man. You're standing on
bouncing
it with your
on it?
knees.
Yeah, Herbert's a little better. But listen, man, if you tell me this time next year we look up and we consider Drake May in Herbert conversations, vying for 4th and 5th best quarterback in the league with Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, I believe you.
This is a very real conversation.
I think that's
Just-
where he'll get.
it's going to be interesting because we might be in a situation where Drake May and Justin Herbert are playing in the playoffs.
Against each other?
Yeah.
Whew.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
That would be amazing. That would be so cool.
Herbert,
Yeah.
you better not lose.
At level 5 would have been Mahomes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it's cooked. That's cooked.
over.
For now.
Just to
For now.
relax.
Nothing's off the
Okay,
table.
okay.
Nothing's off the table with the GOAT. Next thing we're going to do. I asked you guys on a community post to give us your best NFL hot takes relating to quarterbacks in the first half of the season. And we are going to react to them, tell you if we think this is a W or an L take.
I know this is gonna be so infuriating, but let's do it.
There we go. First off, Joe Flacco could do the funniest thing this season and win comeback player of the year again.
Let's do it. Just give him the award. Name the award after Joe Flacco.
Ooh, the Joe Flacco. Has anybody won it twice? Probably not.
Yes.
Who?
I think Joe Burrow's won it twice.
Oh, for 2 different injuries?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay.
That's so weird.
I hope he does it. I don't think they're going to do that, obviously, because he's playing half the season and like it's not like he's been lining it up. He's just throwing it to Jamar Chase every play. So probably not. But this would be the funniest thing ever. So I hope it happens.
I mean, he's playing winning football. Like, let's do it.
Okay,
Hell yeah. Dak Prescott is a top 5 QB this season.
I'm just gonna say yes. He ranks I think he's number 1 in the league in QBR. Obviously, that's not like the end all be all
Yeah.
stat at the end of the day, but I think overall, I don't know where I rank him, but I think he's firmly top 5, or at least needs to be treated like that.
With Joe Burrow not playing this year, if you tell me it's the MVPs and then Herbert, Dak, okay. For just this season, that makes complete sense to me.
Yeah,
The MVPs of Mahomes,
Lamar,
Allen,
Lamar,
Lamar. Okay, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Herbert,
Dak.
Baker.
All right.
Baker.
I'm not giving Dak
I
top
guess
5.
so,
He's playing well. I'm not giving him
Okay,
top
number
5.
6 behind the swaggy white boy. Okay. I think I would rather have Dak still than Baker, but that's obviously with Baker being goddamn insane for the first 6 weeks. That was definitely a conversation.
Yeah.
But Dak's playing in that tier this season after, last season didn't go well to start the year. He
Drake
got
May.
hurt. Everyone forgot about him. Everyone kind of just wrote him off like, yeah, he's good, but we're going to rank so-and-so ahead of him. Can't do that anymore. He's firmly top 10. Grant Angelfire says Drake May is the best QB in the NFL so far this season.
Can't agree with that.
Is Drake May getting your MVP vote if the season ended today?
No.
Sounds like you're on the wrong side of history, buddy.
He would not. Mahomes is getting my MVP vote, and that's why I can't agree with this. However, Drake May, very close.
very close. Is he runner up?
Nah.
Nah.
He might be. He might be my runner up soon. Very, very soon. He's hooping. What do you want him to do?
It's a W take.
This is a lot of Drake May conversation happening right now. Man. So much.
Big Drake May episode.
Yeah,
He's
I
goddamn
know.
amazing. I don't care. Obviously, it's glazed to say best in the NFL. I will allow any glaze you want. I'm going to treat this to a lesser degree the way we treat Wemby Glaze in the NBA. Whatever you want to feel, however you want to big him up, do it. I think this will be an elite quarterback for sure. I'm not going to stop you.
Oh man, I see how you're picking him up. This is a good hot take. Very good hot take.
Yeah, it's a good hot take to say he should be MVP right now.
Yeah.
Like, Probably wouldn't be because, like I said, Mahomes or even Baker ended a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
But Drake May is playing himself into crazy conversations. Next up, Sam Darnold is a top 10 quarterback right now from LeBron Glazer 999.
You got
Yes.
that. You got that. That is a W take, especially if you consider, hey, Lamar has not been here for a long time. So if you want to bump him out and say it's been an incomplete season, fine. Joe Burrow out. Sam Darnold, you're in. Like this, he has done everything that he was doing last year. He's been super aggressive down the field. He's layering throws. His connection with JSN is fantastic. He's bringing ethical quarterbacking back.
Exactly.
I love it.
He single-handedly booted Jalen Hurts out of the top 10. And that's an accomplishment.
I love the lengths
I
that
don't
we
li- I
go
don't like
to do this.
I really don't like this guy.
Phenomenal performance.
No, I'm kidding. Who did he boot out? Do you think end of the season when we do our actual rankings, counting the injured guys, are we going to put Sam Darnold top 10?
Probably, like, because the borderline ones, we'll see how Jordan Love finishes the year.
Yeah.
We'll see how Stroud finishes the year. He might already be out for
Oh,
some
you're
people.
right. He booted Stroud out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
And Daniel Jones booted Jalen Hurts. That's who got him. And he got Stroud.
I think he's right next to Jared Goff right now.
Drake May booted Jared Goff. A lot of boots being given.
Okay.
I can't wait to see rank our top 10 quarterbacks. It's going to be so interesting. Because I was joking about the Jalen Hurts thing. But like, it might not be a joke because these guys are just jumping up. Like, we're getting some ridiculous leaps this season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next up. By this time next year, Jalen Hurts will be the worst QB in his division.
By this time next year, wow. Okay, so this is insane.
So do we think Jackson Dart will jump Jalen Hurts?
Jackson Dart? You spelled his name wrong.
What has to happen for Jackson Dart to be considered a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah, this guy's dumb. Okay.
What do we need to see from Jackson to consider him top 10?
Jackson,
Top 10?
Because we're booting
10?
Jalen Hurts.
That's a ridiculous jump.
Because like you tell me Dak and Jaden Daniels are better. Okay, sure. But Jackson Dart, you got to be a top 8 quarterback to boot out Hurts.
Yeah.
He got to be one of the 5 best scramblers in the entire league.
Okay.
He also has to improve on accuracy tremendously.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about, have like at least bare minimum Jared Goff level of competency.
Okay. That's pretty high bare minimum.
Yep. We're talking about booting Jalen Hurts out, so being a top 10 quarterback, so that needs to happen. And I think that's about it, really.
What would you do if you this time came around next year and every ranking you saw had Jackson Dart above Jalen Hurts? What kind of reality do you think you'd be living in?
No, we're not. It's okay. One that I don't want to be in. The alternate one where they win.
You seen Peacemaker season 2? That one. You know. Joe Burrow isn't as important to the Bengals' success as everyone thinks.
Not reading that.
Yeah, just first line. Joe Burrow is not as important to the Bengals' success as everyone thinks. They're winning with backup quarterbacks.
Y'all be writing dissertations, man. I just want a hot take.
Yeah, if you have to do this much explaining, I'm just saying you're wrong. This is trash.
Y'all fucking crayon eater dumbasses.
Yeah, like no, but even if we're like reading into it, Joe Burrow isn't as important. You're dead. You're wrong. This is again over explaining. You're
They're
wrong.
winning with Joe Flacco.
No.
They won with Browning a couple years ago.
Yeah, Jake Browning came in and threw 3 interceptions. Joe Flacco came in and they still lost games. Like the only win that they got was beating up another old man
They scored 38 points last week.
and lost.
Did they score 38? Neither one of these guys are playing defense.
They
He
lost.
scored 30 against the
Who
Steelers.
cares?
too,
They're not
yeah.
playing defense. Did Joe Burrow score 38 points in the first 2 weeks?
Is it how easy is this 30 though that we're talking about? That's the real.
You tell me.
difference. That's the real difference.
You tell me.
Yeah, no, this
Come
is
on.
a terrible team.
That's a terrible thing. It is funny how much people go to this just because like other quarterbacks play well. They're like, yeah, that guy must suck, huh? Like,
Yeah.
not at all how it works. It's a funny one though. Jordan Love should be seen at the same level as Justin Herbert.
That's incorrect, my brother. I wish it was true. Coming into the year, I thought that Jordan Love was going to take a leap. He was my dark horse to win MVP along with 2 other people. But it was like, I just
Wait,
remember.
who else were your dark
Triple
horses?
dark horse.
Yeah, I just had mad. Remember on our bold predictions, I had like 3 people winning MVP.
He did.
Oh yeah.
I think Kyler Murray was one of them.
Oh shit.
No, I think it might have been finalists for him.
Oh yeah, it was finalist. You're right. You're
Damn.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I made the whole ballot. But I wanted Jordan Love to make the leap, and it just hasn't happened yet. And for the amount of responsibility that Justin Herbert has on his shoulders every week, and the fact that he is actively trying to be killed by his offensive line, Jordan Love isn't facing that amount of pressure. So I will give Justin Herbert the nod right now.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think Jordan Love's probably going to, if he keeps going well, he can break into top 10 talks, but it'll be like the back end of top 10.
Yeah. And if he does that too, that just means that he's improved upon the layers of his game, which means like hitting every area of the field and also like improving on the scrambling game and whatnot, as being as good as Herbert when it comes to that front too. But yeah, but Herbert's just there already right now.
Drake May is a certified MVP, and Patriots will win the AFC East because of him.
I thought we were done with the Drake May glaze.
It never ends. Catch up.
Brother, this is embarrassing right now.
Yeah, you have to stand up.
We get it.
But this is true. Like, I do think that the Patriots are going to win the AFC East. I'm not going to say that Drake May is going to win MVP, so half a W.
All I'm hearing is not willing to stand on it, not willing to say what it takes. W take all around.
I'm willing to stand on it, but not to this degree. You willing to bounce on it. That's the difference between me and you.
Sometimes you got to have good maneuvers. You just don't have the mobility then.
I get it.
Next up.
Switching up your game is important.
Exactly. Being versatile is very, very important. You can't stand all the time.
I guess so.
Justin Herbert is officially a mobile quarterback.
This is just
Good
facts.
God.
Yeah. It's just facts. Justin Herbert's Justin Herbert's scrambling was the last. It was the last stone
in the final frontier.
Yeah, in the like Infinity Gauntlet. Once he figured out like, hey, I actually am pretty fast. Like I am pretty athletic. Now you're beating defenses on third down, scrambling. You're making all these back-breaking plays. I love it.
As bad as a scrambler as Jared Goff is. Was
no,
it that
no.
bad?
What are you talking about? No.
I'm asking like that. Yeah.
It was never like that.
He was never a bad scrambler. He just didn't do it a lot.
Okay,
but now he does it.
Like, he was never slow. His body didn't change. He just didn't move like that.
All right, cool.
But yeah, listen, he's taking off. I saw him juke out a pass rusher behind the line of scrimmage and turn a sack into a 2-yard gain.
Did you say he looked like Lamar Jackson?
I did. That was some Lamar agility. I was like, what? Who does that? I've never seen him move like this. It's crazy. It's crazy what.
He's fighting for his life.
No matter what Jalen Hurts does, people will still say he's buns. Parentheses, they are correct.
I was literally
masterful curation. I love this.
Yeah, you in the first half.
You really did.
W hot take.
I respect everybody's will to live, so I won't say that.
This is greatness. You should respect greatness with how we like curated this and the placement of these words, bro. Like genuinely masterful.
Come on. We're doing a lot. We're doing a lot.
We're not doing anything. Stuart 4114 is doing a lot.
And
that's his right.
He's doing a lot.
That's his God-given right to do a lot. Jaden Daniels is good, but Drake May will be the best QB in the draft class.
Hell yeah.
We're willing to say that. We're willing to say long-term, 5 years from now, you think Drake May will be considered considerably more successful than Jaden Daniels.
I worry about Jaden Daniels and his ability to routinely stay healthy. I think I can go with that through
Drake May's a tank. He can take a hit.
Yeah.
Corn-fed.
100%.
And he's not risky as well when he knows when to go ahead and slide.
He slides 2 yards before every piece of contact. Jaden Daniels throws himself through a window like that Simpsons meme.
Exactly. He's always trying to find seams and cuts and angles.
But yes, so I do think that Drake May will be the best quarterback out of this entire draft class.
That's fair. No Caleb Love?
No.
Damn. No Bo Nix Love?
I'm sorry, it's over for both of them.
Damn.
Well,
to be the best quarterback in this draft class, it's not happening.
Yeah. Drake May is different. Josh Allen is not in the top 5 for the MVP race.
I agree with this. Because also in his top 5, he doesn't even have Mahomes. So I would put Mahomes in this top 5, push somebody else to the back, and then we can start talking about Josh Allen.
Take out Daniel Jones. You can't put Jones and Taylor. That's not happening.
Fair. Yeah. Take out Jones, put in Mahomes. That's probably my top 5 right now.
Okay. And then do you think Josh Allen's have a better MVP case than Herbert, considering their supporting cast and like injuries?
Herbert and Love, both of them in.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I'd put Herbert above Love. I don't know why Love is in there. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Why is Love in this conversation?
Yeah, I'm like, he doesn't belong here.
That's because he had a crazy game last time, which is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think Josh Allen will probably end the season top 3 like he always does. But as of today, first half of the season, this is fair. They've had enough bad games.
Yeah, and if he does finish the season top 3, that's pure reputation. Because I don't think he's.
He just bounce back. It's time to bounce back.
I respect running backs, and running backs will always be in my MVP ballot.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence will be the new Andy Dalton, the line in between bottom end franchise QBs and high end backups.
This is a
Good job.
great analysis.
I like that.
So you think you can see journeyman Trevor Lawrence in the future?
Yes. I can definitely see journeyman because right now the production that we are getting, it's not Cheeks level, right? It's not
Yeah,
bad. It's not bad, but it's also not great either.
Yeah, it's not quite cheeks, but it's like back. Like it's like just a little bit above.
It's upper back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's close to crack.
Yeah, but he's doing striking distance to crack, but he's still like mid to lower back.
Okay.
He's spinal tapped.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to be. You want to be the spine.
Dangerous territory, but
Any given year, you can become cheeks. But for now, we're not there.
I guess so.
I think he'll probably be a low end starter more than a high end backup. I think he'll start as a quarterback for a long time in the same way that like, who's an example?
that like Andy Dalton started for a long time.
But he kind of went straight to backup after Bengals. I don't think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he'll jump around a little bit, Trevor Lawrence, and get more opportunities. Like I'm trying to think.
Derek
off the top of my
Carr?
head. Sure. Yeah, I think worst case scenario, he's Derek Carr.
That's good.
For worst case scenario, sure, anybody's
Yeah.
happy to be a millionaire with worst case scenario. But
Yeah.
for number one pick, it's quite fucking terrible.
Oh, forget he's number one sometimes.
The Daniel Jones resurgence is very real, and he'll soon end up being talked about just like Jared Goff.
Poor Jared Goff.
So do we think Daniel Jones will have 5 seasons of being a high end quarterback like this?
No.
So you don't think he's Jared Goff?
No, I don't. I think I understand looking at Jared Goff and being like, yeah, like he's a system quarterback, he's a game manager. You know how hard it is to do that consistently, and how many times even the most talented quarterbacks in the league, people are like, if we could just get them to play on time and play consistent, that's hard. People don't do that, and so for Jared Goff to be able to do that for this long period of time and actively like not hold the team back, but in certain spots his strengths have been a foundational piece of their offense. That is very, very tough to do. I don't see that.
Okay. I think it's possible. It's hard to say after 1 year because plenty of quarterbacks have resurgences. Being able to do it and sustain that and prove that you can do it year by year is tough. I won't be shocked, though. I'll give you a W take. I think what we're seeing from Daniel is real.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a W take. This is a traditional hot take. But of course, you need to see this go through at least like, I think give me like 2 or 3 years of this. And I'm going to go ahead and give him that badge.
Donovan looks like Jacoby Brissett. Add that to the book.
Damn it. Come on, man. Stop.
Wait. You're a lot about this. Is it true? Do you think it's true?
I don't know. All I know is black man with a beard, they say it looks like me. I'm going to cut off my beard.
You get a goatee?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I haven't considered this. We can dive into this one and see.
Nah.
See, this one he has long hair. So it's hard to say with this one.
Nah.
But pictures of him with shorter hair. Hold on.
No.
Did we see it?
No.
Okay, that's a bad picture. The eyes look nothing alike. A lot of these other ones have the same eyes as you. You and Jacoby Brissett don't have the same eyes whatsoever.
I think this is the first time. Okay, him with the beard like that. Okay, I can kind of see it, but I think this is the first.
He looked like Lawrence from Insecure right there.
He does.
He looked like Jay Ellis.
Okay, so are we giving this the first lookalike miss?
This is a miss. Yeah, don't have the same eyes. His nose is wider.
Sorry, dude. You're racist as fuck. Can't give you the W this time. I'll give you guys a W when it's earned, when you actually find a good lookalike, because there's many out there, and they've been earned many times. This time, gonna have to give you the racist button.
Racist.
Come hard, stronger.
What?
Racist.
And the next hot take. Do whatever you want, man.
Okay. Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you 2 NFL players' stat lines. You tell me who's better without knowing who they are.
Okay.
So blind guess which player is better by their. We're doing the sports reference page side by side.
Oh,
Is that this year or like all time?
Individual seasons,
Okay.
but not all. They're all time, different seasons throughout the course of history.
Mm,
First off, who is better between these 2 quarterbacks?
okay.
Got a 5,000 yard season versus a 4,800 yard season, both with 50 touchdowns.
Okay. I like guys who can run and be super mobile. You got 60 rushing attempts.
272
37.
rushing yards versus 98.
Ooh.
And you know what? For me, that's going to be the difference. I understand you have 4 more picks. Don't care. You 50 touchdowns. You have more yards. You ran more. I will go with the left.
Yeah, I'm going left.
More fantasy points too? Yeah, I'm going with
Oh,
left.
yeah, that's what really matters. Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady.
Yeah.
2018 versus 2007.
2018 is one of those years.
Yeah, I'm going. With
Damn you,
Patrick
D
Mahomes
Ford.
right
And listen, so is 2007 Brady.
here. 50 passing touchdowns.
Potentially 2 of the greatest individual quarterback seasons of all time.
Mhm.
Jeez, man.
First, next up, 2 more quarterbacks. Who's better?
Okay.
37 yards versus 4,100 yards.
Dude, almost 1,000 rushing yards versus just 500.
That's a lot of
crazy.
fucking rushing yards for a
But
quarterback.
12 rushing touchdowns versus 4 is that's so insane.
A lot of tush push going on.
Potentially.
A lot of QB sneaks. But 900 rushing yards is a lot. That's a lot of added value.
Yeah, it is.
While having more passing yards. 41 touchdowns to 28.
Almost 1,000 rushing yards, 4 interceptions. Listen, man, that's
I mean, clearly
41 touchdowns to 4 INTs is pretty impressive.
with almost 1,000 rushing yards is crazy.
Yeah, let's go with the right. Let's go with the right. It might be
That's a
trickster,
monstrous
but
season.
the right is crazy.
We got Lamar Jackson last year versus Josh Allen last year.
That's hilarious. That
Second
checks
place
out.
MVP
Wow.
versus MVP.
Yeah.
Still funny as hell looking back. It hasn't aged any better.
Did they make a mistake?
Oh, I wonder.
Jesus, man.
Wow.
Make a wish MVP. You thought Joel Embiid was bad? We welcome you to a new sport with even worse discourse than MVP voting.
My God, man. The disparity is insane.
This Lamar season is one of the single greatest seasons of all time to not win MVP. I could take off the last part. This might just be one of the single greatest seasons of all time in
Yeah.
regular season football history. He didn't win MVP.
Jeez, man.
They robbed him.
Next up, who are we looking at here? Who is better? 2 wide receivers,
Okay.
individual seasons.
1,400 rushing yards or receiving yards. Okay.
1486 versus 1,300.
They ran a little bit as well.
They
Oh,
caught.
yeah, 89 rushing yards.
They caught the one on the right only caught 6 touchdowns though versus 12.
Yep, pretty big difference.
Yeah. But
Entirely
can't-
different builds. It feels like.
But I can go with the left. You got more touchdowns. You helped in punt returns as well. 3 phases.
You're a
That's-
two-way player.
Yeah, two-way player. This is what I'm talking about when I say team football.
Meaning they be
everybody
blocking?
eats. Huh? No, they have return yards.
Okay, gotcha.
And the all-encompassing fantasy points. They got more. I'll take the left.
Okay. Don't feel confident.
Left is Odell Beckham. Right is Puka Nacua. Rookie years. Odell did this in 4 or 5 less, and what is it, 6 less games actually?
In 4.
Jeez.
He
4 less
played, he
games.
played 12 games.
Odell did this in 4 less games.
Jeez.
Understand. This guy's
yeah.
special.
91 receptions versus 105. Fuck, man. He's
14
only like
games.
100 yards short.
14 games.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, it's Odell. It's Odell.
Next up, who are these 2 quarterbacks?
All right, so
Okay.
the right is basically beating them in everything except for passing yards.
Yep.
Dude,
Not quite the
rushing,
gunslinger.
The rushing yards disparity is insane. Holy shit.
Once again, this feels like a Lamar Jackson season.
18 INTs? Versus, what the fuck?
Who's slinging that bitch? 4,000 yards? Listen, you cook a lot, you're going to break some eggs.
Yeah, give me the guy on the right.
I would take the right.
That is Jaden Daniels versus Andrew Luck.
Dang, I don't care about that.
Both rookie seasons.
Ooh.
And you know what? That's okay. Because the peak of Andrew Luck, that's fine. You can have the rookie year.
Okay.
The years after, different. Special.
Okay.
Nevertheless, you picked Jaden Daniels over Andrew Luck. You were going to jail.
Legendary.
Felony, buddy. Next up, who were these 2 running backs?
Okay.
First of all, neither of them have 1,000 yards. 3.6 yards per attempt versus 3.7. Gutter.
Both on bullshit.
Is this Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt? What's going on?
It feels like it. I guess we'll go with the right because they are also helping out again in special teams, punt return. But the other one has more fantasy points, so I don't know where to go.
That
More
moves?
touchdowns, but they might just be stealing goal line touches.
I
So
think
overall,
11 touchdowns. That's why he's there. 11 touchdowns to 2.
you're doing your job.
80 receptions, so he's kind of dynamic too on the right as well. Yeah, give me the right.
I'll
That's
go
what
right.
you should have noticed. He didn't notice it. You did. 651 receptions. receiving yards, 80 receptions. That's Christian McCaffrey's rookie year versus Trent Richardson.
What? That's a real pick.
You're wrong for that.
that's just his official headshot. What do you want me to do?
You're wrong for that. Next time, just put his helmet.
No, I didn't make this. All I did was give her names. That's her official picture.
Yo, man, I thought we hit Ashton Denty with a frying pan. Whoa. Whoa, man.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, man.
Frying pan is ridiculous.
Cover him up next time. Put the tarp on.
Oh my god, my stomach hurts.
That's ugly.
I'm so happy. I'm learning new things every day when it comes to this sport. What the
He pulled his hat tighter.
So, just because you get exposed doesn't mean I have to. This ain't gonna go like
I can't breathe.
Oh man, okay.
Next up, who are these two players?
Ooh,
Okay,
almost
dude.
2,000. Almost 2,000 receiving yards.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. That is one of the best. However, I know 145 receptions. It seems like you were just fed targets. Like you were spammed.
Spammed, yeah.
I think you have to be to get 2,000 receiving yards.
And I don't respect that because even with all of that, the other one had 23 touchdowns. Give me the other side.
Yeah, and he had only 98 receptions too. I think
Yeah.
the other one.
A real playmaker.
You got him right.
2007 Randy Moss versus Cooper Kupp in 2021.
Yeah,
Jeez,
go ahead. Run your little rock, slot boy.
man. Slot boy.
I take a real X.
That sounds like a slur. Come on, slot boy.
Come on, get.
I would hate to be called a slot boy, man, on the field. What?
Next up, who are these two quarterbacks?
Okay, the records are disgusting.
26 touchdowns, 28
Dude,
interceptions.
Gunner.
28 interceptions.
3
What
and
the fuck?
13. This is old school quarterbacking. They really don't make quarterbacks like this anymore. This is something that only happened like
Yeah.
in the 80s and
You
90s.
get benched by week 4.
He only rushed like 15 times, only got 62 yards. Good God, he's
Other guy has 489 rushing yards.
Yeah, give me the guy on the left.
That's a lot of rushing yards.
It is.
These are two rookie quarterbacks.
It's Peyton.
Oh, Peyton, for
Peyton
sure.
and-
Peyton Manning and Caleb Williams.
There we go.
Ooh, wow.
You pick
yeah.
rookie Caleb over Peyton.
Yeah, could you imagine like rookie year Peyton Manning in today's NFL media?
Benched
give up on
immediately.
him.
Dude.
Benched immediately. As I
Yeah.
get this guy out of my fucking sight.
Yeah.
Next up, who are these two running backs?
Whew. Run to the fucking dirt.
Both
Damn.
over 340 rushing attempts.
Damn, man. Dude, my knees hurt watching this.
I understand that. Let's
Rushing
see, 340
28
Jeez.
rushing touchdowns?
To 13? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
now?
that is crazy. We have to take the right.
56 receiving yards. Okay.
56 receptions, 28 touchdowns. Sounds like an MVP. This is LaDainian Tomlinson versus Saquon.
It's one of the running back years.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
these seminal running back years. You gotta take it.
It's my GOAT. I can't believe we got a picture of him in a Jets jersey on here. I'll have to take that up with corporate. Not okay. Next up. Oh, that's the last one. This is only right we go out praising LaDainian Tomlinson. Last thing we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of blind ranking.
Mm-hmm.
And not a blind ranking about players, not a blind ranking about teams. Something more important, something that the discourse needs, and we're here to give it. We are going to blind rank NFL nicknames.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Donovan has 5 for us. Me and Mo at the blind ranked them. Decide the best ones, the worst ones. I'm sure there's some stinkers in there, some bad ones. See if we can get them towards the bottom.
All right. Number 1. First up, Mr. Unlimited.
Oh,
Russell
God.
Wilson.
This is a bad one. This is a straight up bad nickname.
5.
Self-proclaimed,
This is so ass.
unfitting.
Unlimited.
No aura to the name at all. It's not even cool. Even if it was fitting, it's
Unlimited ass. This is 5.
not cool. Big cheeks, number 5.
This is not good.
Megatron for Calvin Johnson.
I mean, it's gonna be 1 or 2.
Tough.
It's gonna be
This
one or
is
two.
1 or 2. I'm fine to call this 1 because it's just like, damn.
The fact that it has a good nickname that sounds cool, is cool, fits, and is a good player. Not a lot of nicknames check all 3 boxes.
It genuinely sounds terrifying. Like, yo, Megatron's coming to your stadium. What? Oh my God, we're finna get decimated, but you're getting destroyed in a completely
And I'm sure
different
lining
way.
up against him looks like you're looking at a goddamn transformer.
Yeah.
1?
1. I'm fine with 1.
I won. Listen, I'll go down with that number 1.
1 and 5. Okay.
Muscle Hamster for Doug
2.
Martin.
2. RIP. 2.
Tough.
Actually, for the first time ever in blind ranking history, we're cheating. We're switching them. Muscle Hamster is 1. Megatron's 2. We're breaking the rules to honor Muscle Hamster.
Muscle Hamster
RIP.
is a different level of creativity, right?
Yeah, we're breaking the 4th wall. Muscle Hamster 1. Megatron 2.
Okay.
Next one. Superman for Caleb Williams.
What?
For not for Cam?
Who's ever called him Superman?
I've never once
It
heard
is
that.
it is on his Football Reference page.
4.
Are we putting a 4 for stolen valor?
4. Yeah, it's not good.
For false claiming?
Yeah, and it's so uncreative too. 4.
4. It's
Not even
derivative.
the
It doesn't fit. It's already taken by the guy behind you above your head.
Bad spinoff.
4.
Last one, Primetime.
Okay, that's fair. That's right behind Megatron and Muscle Hamster.
I think this is the perfect list, actually.
I do think it's perfect as well. If you want to say Primetime is better than Megatron, okay, go for it. I think you think Dion is cooler than Megatron. That's it.
Yeah, so we got
Which honestly, like that does play a big part into like
Yeah.
how cool the nickname is how cool is the person.
Yeah,
True.
I think Calvin's cool enough. I'll live with it.
Yeah.
Muscle Hamster, Megatron, Primetime, and then we got Superman. Ugh.
And Mr.
All
Mr.
brand
Unlimited.
Superman, All brand Superman, and Mr.
Team
Unlimited.
Superman.
Ugh. Yeah.
Ugh.
I feel good about this. This is our perfect blind ranking.
If you're still here, comment RIP the Muscle Hamster, and we'll see y'all next week.